right, all right, all right. What's going on, people? It's that dude named Dave. You can hear me? Can you press a 1? Want to get started here? You know I'll be struggle streaming. Anybody out there, press a 1 if you can hear me. Press a 2 if you can't hear me. Hey, Sheila, you showed up tonight. What's going on? Glad you can make it. Man, it's Monday night. I had no idea I was going to do a live stream here. Don't know if it's going to be a few people here, 20 people here. I'll be all by my lonesome here. So, just want to see if anybody in the chat here, if y'all can hear me, press a 1. If you can't hear me, just say we can't hear you, Dave. Let's see here. We got Robert in the house. What's going on, Robert? Just got home from work. Sucked. Hey, it's Monday. I hear you. You can hear me. Oh, cool. I just gotta make sure your boy be struggle streaming, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. All right. Yep, you can hear me too. You said a 1. Robert, you're chilling as well. That's what's up, guys. That's what's up here. It's Monday night here. I know we were live streaming on Saturday, and I figured I'd flip it right back. You know. Let's see here. How's everybody the rest of their weekend going? You know, we gonna hopefully this be the last time I talk about Monique and DL Hughley. I thought I'd be done Saturday. Then some updates came about here, and I was like, you know what, let me cam up. I would have done a lot last night if I didn't have any other responsibilities, guys. Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what's going on, Rod? What's going on? Glad you can come on through. Omega's in the house. What's going on, Omega? Glad you can come on through, man. Man, June 6th, guys. I can't believe we're halfway through the month already. Well, through the year, I mean. I'll say halfway through the month. Like, this is the 6th month of the year, guys, 2022. So we get started here, letting the chat build up here and letting people get in. Let's see here. We got my man Jamal in the house. Jamal, what's poppin'? How you doing, good old buddy? Yes, yes. Getting this thing going here. Shout out to all the new subs. Man, the tribe is building. I swear I'll be seeing comments from people and I don't recognize them. I'm like, yo, this is somebody new. They're having full-fledged conversations with me. I'm like, all right, I gotta remember this name. Now, I can't remember everybody's names, but man. So shout out to all the newbies, man. We're at over 9,500. Man, I'm getting close to 10,000 subs, guys. Help your boy out. The goal is to get to 10,000. I never thought I'd say that, man. 10,000. D-Day. Yeah, too fast. Yeah, this is something else, guys. Man, 2022's halfway through. We're going to talk about 2023 pretty soon. Okay, let's do this here so we get started. Man, before I get into the Monique conversations here, you know, I cut my live stream off a little bit early Saturday because I had to watch my boxing. Shout out to Devin Haney. He did his thing here. I had no idea that Devin would get the decision in Australia. But you know what, though? It's kind of easy to get the decision when you win every single goddamn round. You know, I mean, George Kambosos had no answer for him. I mean, Lord. And what, you know what's crazy? Because Devin Haney wanted to fight so bad that he took an immediate rematch clause in there, I hope ESPN don't pay for that. I hope ESPN go to George Kambosos like, hey, look, buddy, here's a few $100,000. We ain't paying millions to see that again. You already got your ass whooped once. We ain't paying to see you get your ass whooped twice here. Shout out to Devin, man. No matter what ESPN say, he is the first undisputed lightweight champion at 135 pounds in the 4-belt era. Can't take that away from the black man. I'm sorry. Devin is the first. The other guys had a franchise title of the WBC belt. And you know what? They never went ahead and fully unified that WBC belt when he had the intern when Devin Haney was made that title holder. They call him the email champion or the paper champion. So, shout out to Devin. Said he wanted the jab and footwork. That's all he needed. You know, that's all Devin needed. He clearly looked like the bigger man. You know, even though Kambosos came in and he had to go back to lose a pound because he came in overweight in the first weigh-in, Devin was clearly the bigger man. That jab and that footwork, and he put it through on a man for 10 rounds. I don't know how they even gave him 8 rounds. You know how he won 8 rounds. It should have been 11-1 easily if he was actually being nice. So here's what I'm hoping for, guys. Before we get into Monique, my little boxing rant that the WBA and the WBO, as far as boxing politics, are the next ones up to kind of say, hey, we want to have our mandatories. So if it's the WBA that comes up first, we might could see a Tank Davis fight. But I'm really thinking because of the fact that Devin Haney signed his life away for the next few years on ESPN, that we're going to see the WBO put Lomachenko in that mix here. So we're going to see Devin Haney and Lomachenko maybe later on this year if they can get past that rematch clause that George Kambosos has. So that's going to be a damn good fight. And on the other side, you know, Ryan Garcia just got his fight announced for next month in July here. So Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia on one side, Lomachenko and Devin Haney on the other side, and then the winner, go ahead and battle it out. That's my dream. A man could dream, right? So that's a little my boxing thing here. But shout out to Devin for getting it done here. Didn't think he would get that. So that's my little boxing rant. Okay, I guess we're going to get into this, guys. I don't want to, it's Monday night. You guys been working. If you're on the East Coast, it's after 9 o'clock. I don't want to keep y'all too late tonight. I got to go to work tomorrow, too. You know, so just going through a few of my notes here and just looking through the chat. What you guys got here? What's up, Sheila? You're saying here that my husband said that these women don't need no man. Let them fight in the front lines of the wars by themselves. Hey, I like that. You know they ain't going down, though, Sheila. It's been very quiet over in Ukraine when that went down. It was very quiet. Hey, we got my man Z in the house. You got through. What up, Z? Glad you made on through. Women, I don't need no man. Protest and smoke alarm beep. You got that right, Jamal. So let me get this going here. Like on Saturday, I did my live stream and we were talking about the Monique situation, right? Monique D.O. Hughley. I played the video of Monique when she came on her stage and she went on her 10-minute plus rant about the promoter for the first 30 seconds that she almost didn't come. But then once we broke it down that she would have been in breach of contract, that she went on a diatribe of 9 minutes about D.O. Hughley. So we broke that video down. And then after that, then I played D.O. Hughley's video. We kind of chopped that up before we ended off here. So I thought I was going to be done talking about the Monique situation, right? So, but what happened though is that video of their response, I thought was only like 5 minutes. So I just saw a snippet on Facebook and kept it moving. I didn't realize that the response was over an hour long, guys. An hour long. So I was like, hold up. And then when I saw the response, then I saw D.O. Hughley's daughter respond to Monique's response here. So now the families got involved. And then I saw Monique respond back to the daughter. So I was like, hey, let me cam up here. I don't know how many people's going to be on tonight. I just want to go ahead and do this and finish this off. Maybe there might be some more news that may come on later on in the week here. But I figured that I wanted to react to this video because I thought it was so crazy for anybody to be on. I don't want to sound too biased, but it's just calling a spade a spade. If you're on Monique's side here, you're not paying attention. You're not seeing what's actually going on here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start off by doing D.O. Hughley's video first here. I chopped up a lot we went through, so I want to kind of let it play through. I want to set the stage on D.O. because everything that D.O.'s talking is cool, calm, and collective. He's very precise. He's very logical of his words here. He's not coming off as emotional. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to play the D.O. Hughley video here, and then we'll get into Monique's response here. So let me pull this up here. Give me 1 second, guys. Your boy struggle streaming a little bit tonight. So let's go ahead and bring the D.O. Hughley video up here.
All right, that was Khalid talk. I work very hard to control the environment I work in community. I only work where I want to work and who I want to work for. I want to work with. I don't work because that is a very precious place to me. I've been offered a gig, a couple of gigs, 3 or 4 gigs, to work with Monique in LA, in Brooklyn, in Houston, and I turned them down because I didn't think it would work. So after talking to a lot of people, and one of the very people in this room about how things are different, two of the very people in this room, as a matter of fact, and how things are different, and look at how things are coming around. I decided it would be wrong for me not to give somebody a chance based on things that they'd never done to me. That would have been wrong to me. And when she talks, she goes on her diatribe and she talks about me having my feet under her table. That was at her invitation. I was doing a gig in Greenbelt, Maryland. She lived in Baltimore. She was having a fight party. It was, I think, Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. And sure enough, I came to her table at her invitation. It was a wonderful.
I want to pause there again. Once again, level setting. The invitation that Monique talked about on stage, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, 1997. She's bringing that on the stage in 2022. Just wanted to point that out. I'm not going to chop up this part of the video here. I'm going to let it play. Just stop a few times here. Just want to point out a few eyes before we get into Monique's video. So DL, giving his details, I just want to showcase there. Let's get back.
Time. As a matter of fact, it was based on that interaction, along with talking to people, I decided that I would do these gigs. I decided I would do it. And now I know what Tyler Perry knows. I know what Lee Daniels knows. I know what Oprah knows. I know what Steve Harvey knows. I know what Charlamagne the God knows. I know what Netflix knows. Saying yes to Monique is an occupational hazard. Now, we're playing a gig in Detroit this weekend. I know I'm going on at 9:45. I leave the hotel. I get there around 9. Monique had just gotten there. She's supposed to be there at 8:40. She had just gotten there, gone at 8:40. She got there at 8:38. What Monique was trying to do was to slow walk the show. She didn't end up getting on for 30 minutes. The oldest trick in the world is, if I want to change the order and I don't have merit, I'll try to make people wait so long that everybody gets nervous and go, please just go on so we can avoid a conflict. That didn't happen. Monique got on stage. Monique actually.
I was on mute. Lost my sound here, guys. Man, I'm struggle streaming. What I wanted to point out here is that he's making a great point regarding Monique and the time that she showed up on stage. This is a very important fact, that how DL came on stage and he had his timing, but what time did Monique show up? That's, as far as like an allegation, if you guys can find where Monique brings that up, let me know, because for her to show up that late, that sounds questionable, guys, don't you think? So let me continue the rest of this video here.
We felt like she had merit. She would have done one of three things. Either she would have took it up with the promoter, and she did, and the promoter said, we're going on, and whether you go on or not, that's a different thing. You would have not done it, but she knew she had to get on stage, or she would be in breach of contract, or she would have come to talk to me. She didn't ever, and I emphatically emphasize this, she never once talked to me. I haven't seen Monique in years. I didn't see her at the venue before, after, or during. I haven't spoken or seen Monique. So if you really thought that you had a legitimate contract dispute, you would have come to me and said, hey, I have this contract and you had this contract. Notice not one thing on that contract, not one person she has on that contract, not one thing happened. Do you know why? Because it wasn't legit.
Pause there again. I just want to add that fact. Monique never talked to DL up until this point of the rant here. Why is she not addressing this? She's going on left field here. She's going right field. Her husband and daddy is talking all this stuff here about protecting women. But where is the conversation the day before, the night after the No conversation, no dialogue here. She just went on stage and just went straight sniping here. So I just want to level set what DL is saying. How he's played his case here. This is craziness here. This is nonsense. Let's continue.
Stage. And she proceeds to eviscerate me. not just me, but Steve Harvey, the sexual, my wife, my dog later on in subsequent conversation. Let me ask you something. What did any of that have to do with an alleged contract dispute? What did Steve Harvey have to do with your contract? What did I have to do with your contract? What did my dog have to do with your contract? What does my wife have to do with your contract? You wrote your contract, you and your daddy. You proceeded to say things that were so patently insulting that it was galling. It was galling. You asked in subsequent conversations why I have a dog, a support dog. What kind of person has a support dog? I have that dog because my father died. My children and family decided they would get a dog from where he was from, and I named the dog after my father. I don't have a dog to keep people away from me. I have a dog, so I have my father with me all the time. That is an act of love, which you know very little about. You proceeded to assault my sexuality. You have the temerity to assault someone's sexuality, a man's sexuality, given who you lay next to. None of that had anything.
Let me hold that there because she attacked his sexuality. And then, of course, we're going to get into how she went in regarding the abuse with his daughter. But you're going ahead and attacking someone else's sexual identity, which is not even the case whatsoever. It is also ass backwards, like Kevin Samuels would say with the sign language, shame, and so guilt and need to be right here. There was nothing there that was beneficial. You can say if there was actually a point to be driven home, what is the point of this all having to do here? Let's continue.
To do with alleged contract dispute. You could have taken that up with a lawyer. You would have gotten out. You could have not gone on stage, but you knew you didn't have a valid contract, and you do what you always have done. You tried to weaponize black femininity. You tried to turn that audience against me. You tried to burn everything down, like you do all the time. Who calls Netflix and thinks I can get $10 million because I did the Queens of Comedy? Who thinks you can get on stage and still live off that? I was a king of comedy. You never hear me talking about it because in this business, like any other, it isn't what you have done, it's what you do. That show was one I signed on to do. I made the quintessential mistake, the horrible mistake that like Tyler Perry, like Lee Daniels, like Oprah, like all these people of saying yes to you. And it is an occupational hazard. It is my fault. I have learned my lesson. You didn't.
That's DL taking accountability, like we're talking about Saturday here. Working with a person like this here, I'm showing this because it's an example of if we see people in our daily lives here, someone who constantly show you who they really are. Just stuff just keeps happening over and over and over and over again. We keep seeing the same repeated actions. The same thing is nothing beneficial. It could be one thing that this person, is fighting the fight and no one can see that person's vision, but we're always seeing this person is going downhill. Do we need this person in our lives? No, but he's taking accountability. He understood that he tried to give someone a chance. He thought he had a heart here, and the heart took him the wrong way. He didn't listen to his professional team. His professional team, his management team said no, but he went and said yes, and now he owns up to it here. And that's what we keep talking about in these circles here. Accountability and owning it. Unfortunately for DL now, he's been in this mess here for a week and a half. So let's continue.
And the thing that bothers me the most isn't the things that you said, because I know who I am and I know what I do, and I have a pristine reputation. Everybody who knows me know what I'm about. It's this whole "my dear, my babies, I love you for real," which is so transparently false. It is ridiculous. But the thing that was really the most annoying, the thing that was really the most bothersome, is after a terrible couple of weeks where people were being slain in Buffalo, where people were being slain, kids were getting slain in school, and people had come to a comedy show to get away from all of their problems, you besiege them with yours. The one contract that isn't in dispute is the one that the audience had with us to entertain them. But every single time, more and more, you spend half of your time talking about your grievances and what you didn't get and who did this to you. Listen, when you burn things up and you sit back to watch the results of them, she's literally set that stage on fire, said the most incendiary things ever, and I had to go on stage. She has the temerity to call me a coward. A coward would have left. A coward would have said, I can't go. You didn't even want to go on when you had a contract that you knew that not to be true. You made up this whole narrative that you knew not to be true, and you played that out in front of the audience. And then I had to go on behind you. And you know what you did? You sat back and you tried to watch your damage. You set the stage on fire and you watched what you've done. You know who does that? Arsonists do that. Arsonists set shit on fire and try to see the damage it drives.
That is so true. And what I want to drive home the point is Monique had this grievance. Let's just entertain this for a second before we let DL finish, then we're going to Monique's video. Let's entertain the fact that Monique has a legitimate grievance. The people in Detroit did not know this grievance. The people in Detroit paid a ticket thinking that, hey, I get to see Monique, I get to see DL Hughley and whoever the people on the bill. It's Friday, Saturday night, whatever. Man, I need to laugh. Man, there's so much going on in the world. You know, it's Detroit. But hey, we gonna laugh. We gonna get our laugh. We gonna see some peoples tonight. We gonna see DL do our thing. And then here she come on stage, and all she do is complaining. And then I know some people in the chat section on Saturday were like, well, no, they gave her a standing ovation. People give standing ovations for anything. Okay? Like I always said, I used to be a performer and seen people give standing ovation for people who sucked just because they had enough people in the crowd to support them. You know, come on now. But he's making a great point. Arsonist, she burnt the stage down. There was nothing funny. There was no jokes being told. And then wanted DL to come on right after that here. If I'm a fan, not paying a ticket, why would I ever want to support Monique ever again? From a comedy standpoint, we're not talking about acting here. But if you're going to come on stage and just complain for about an hour, I didn't pay for that. I came to laugh. There was nothing funny about that. So that's why DL's pointing, you burnt the stage down. You didn't leave nothing for DL. And let's say there was someone else after DL Hughley. Let's say there was a big lineup that, you know, you see like the Kings of Comedy or other tours he's been on. And George Lopez could have been on after that. That just kills the whole vibe, I would think. So let's let DL continue here the rest of this video here. And then we'll get into Monique's part here.
But I blame myself because I know now what I didn't before. Saying yes to you is an occupational hazard. One I will not repeat. I don't blame you. I wish you well. But when you do the things you do, when everything's about you, when you're vitriolic, when you have all these fights with all of these entities, it is you. Precious was not a movie. Precious was an autobiography. That is who
Ouch.
you are, literally. You mad at the contract you and daddy wrote? Your daddy? And I don't know why you call a man daddy and you pay for him. That's a son. Let's be clear. I am not angry with you. I'm angry with me. I did what I knew not to be true. But I'm going to tell you something. When you burn and you destroy and you wreck, you are not a queen of comedy. You're a queen of ashes. Now, I'm going to go back to work and you get back to your kingdom of smoke. That's a little note from the GED.
Okay, so let me pull that off the stage here. Let's do this here. Give me a second. All righty. So, hey, that was a good point here, Jamal. They gave Will Smith a standing ovation after he slapped Chris Rock. You got that right, bruh. Ooh-wee. So, I wanted to level set to put... Let me take that off here. Sorry, guys. To listen to DL's response here. Because when I play Monique's video... I couldn't get through it, guys. I said, I'm going to do a true reaction. I started playing this, and I said, oh, my God. This is ridiculous. This is... You know what? I don't want to even... Let me stop setting it up here. Let me just go ahead and put the video up here, guys. Let's do this here. Let's remove this. And we're going to add the Monique video now. And here we go.
And please excuse the background noise. We didn't know when we started this that the landscape was going to come.
Please don't tell them to stop. We're going to get them to stop.
This is the response. They're doing yard work.
Because we really want y'all to hear this. And yes, this is a homegrown live. This ain't no big production. This ain't with the lights, camera, action. This is us sitting in our family room having a conversation.
Let me fast forward a little bit here. There we go.
Earlier today, we did a post.
Here we go.
And we did a post with DL Hughley having a conversation about how his daughter was violated from a really good friend of his. And at the time, he didn't say anything because he didn't want to jeopardize that relationship with a really good friend. And he didn't believe his daughter. We posted that. And then we left the caption under that, pretty much saying, If that black man couldn't put any protection around his own daughter, we know we have nothing coming. Now, once we posted that, the reason why I said, Daddy, can we go do a live? Because I was reading the comments on the timeline. And most of them are from black women. And they're saying, some, Monique, what does this have to do with your contract? What does this have to do? You're going too far. What does this have to do with your contract? Let me tell you what it has to do with my contract. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. It has nothing at all to do with my contract.
Y'all hear that? Out of her own damn mouth. This whole situation, she just drummed up. The whole contract situation, her being late, possibly trying to switch the headliner position, and she said it has nothing to do with it here. She literally created a situation just to drum up headlines so that she could be trending. She ain't saying she's trying to be trending, but this is what we're seeing here. She like no. Let me rewind that back, guys. She said it. Hold on.
What does this have to do with your contract? What does this have to do? You're going too far. What does this have to do with your contract? Let me tell you what it has to do with my contract. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. It has nothing at all to do with my contract. What it has to do with is the character of the man named D.L. Hughley. That's what this has to do with.
Wait. Hold up. You're telling me that you showed up to the venue about less than 10 minutes supposed to get on stage. You don't talk to DL. You don't talk to promoter until you get there at the venue in Detroit. You're saying I have a contract that I'm supposed to be the headliner. The promoter's like, nah, you go on now or we gonna get you for breach. She goes on, talks about how hard it was for her to get to the stage, how hard it is to do it, how black women got this hard thing to get through here. And then she goes on D.L. Hughley's diatribe like he's part of the mess here because she's the headline. She got a contract. And then now she just said it meant absolutely damn nothing. I mean, I shouldn't have played the rest of the video. I mean, I'm going to play more of it because it gives more context to show how fucking crazy she is. But literally, guys, she literally said this whole thing on the stage. Then the rebuttals back and forth here up until the end of this weekend here where she drops this video here and then all that stuff for a whole week. And then she finally comes out and says, oh, I didn't mean nothing. It's about his character. So you've had a problem with D.L. Hughley for all these years, and you waited for the opportunity to work with him to tarnish his character. You didn't try to have this meeting on social media. You didn't reach out to him behind the scenes or whatever the case may be. You waited to the point where your platform was at its biggest in a long time because let's be honest, guys, Monique's platform is doo-doo. Okay, the fact that only time we hear about her is when janky stuff is happening with her. It's never positive anymore. The last positive headline we heard was about 50 Cent putting her in the Power Series. Before that, about a month ago. Every time we hear something about Monique, it's always something negative. Man, I shouldn't have to play no more, right? Out of her own mouth. But just so you guys can see how crazy this is. And so for the tribe that's rocking on a Monday night, know y'all got to go to work tomorrow. Let's go ahead and play some more here because this is wild. Let's continue.
And let me acknowledge, D.L. Hughley did apologize. He said he apologized. And y'all are saying, Monique, he owned his mistake. Let me say this to you. Though he owned it, it does not erase the trauma. And when we talk about the character of the individual.
Wait a minute. Let me pause that here. So you're God? It doesn't erase the trauma and the drama and everything that's going on. So you're the agent that is supposed to bring this up after all this period of time? Nobody else? DL hasn't even talked to you. You haven't talked to him. The last time y'all broke bread was fucking 1997 when I was in high school, when I didn't even have any damn facial hair. You know something? I had like 3 pieces of hair on my chin. Looked like pubic hair too. I ain't gonna front. Couldn't get a beard going. Got a full gray beard now. That's how long it's been since they actually talked about breaking bread. And she waited to now to go in about his character? We serious, y'all? We are serious here. She could have mentioned this at any time, but she felt she is the agent that's supposed to release this information and supposed to be, you know, the saint, be the one that's marching on the D.L. Hughley train to show him he needs to be accountable. Are we serious? Let's continue here with this video here, guys. This gets worse.
For years, D.L. Hughley has given his commentary and his opinion on other people's lives, not just mine, for years. And he would give the ins and outs.
Hold on.
We sorry, baby, because, okay, they just must have thought we were
Y'all hear this?
for a second.
Long, y'all couldn't wait till the yard work was done?
Stop it. Please. Thank
You couldn't go in the basement? Can you go inside the house and record
Just
this?
getting and taking care of my babies. Please forgive us for a second. And again, like I said, tag as many as you can, because this is a conversation, in my humble opinion, that our community needs to hear
Really?
and wrap our minds around. Because we're getting caught up in the fluff, y'all. We're getting caught up in the fluff of shit.
Hold on, guys. See, when I got my first full-time job, talking about getting caught from the fluff, when someone used to do conversations and you're trying to get to the meat and bones, and then all this stuff is going on, you mentioned this and now it wasn't this here, and you're talking about over here, we call it, you getting spit, that's that spin action. You know, you're getting in a nice little chair and you get spin all, and next you know you're dizzy, you don't know what the heck is going on, like, that's what she's doing. She's giving a spin action right now. Got us fucking dizzy as hell. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about outside the fact that she said it didn't mean nothing about the contract, you know, and got yard work going on. You know, why don't you go in the damn basement? Come on. I'm in the basement right now. You don't hear no stuff coming out here. You don't hear the rain and thunderstorm in Chicago. Come on now. Let's get back here and hear some more craziness from Monique.
And we're not trying to deal with the facts of shit. We getting distracted. So when y'all are saying to me, Monique, this is so immature. Monique, this is so wrong. I'll take that. I'll take that.
You know it's wrong.
I'm watching our community fall apart at a rapid race because we too afraid to have the real conversations, and y'all keep saying, let's do it privately because we too afraid to look embarrassed in front of who? In front of who? And we watching us. So for the ones that say, oh, Monique, you could handle this differently, this is my swing at the bat. This is my swing. This is my swing.
So we supposed to believe you now after you lied for a whole week, and this is your swing at the bat, you're saying here, that D.L. Hughley is this bad person who doesn't protect black women, and so you use a supposed contract dispute so that we can go ahead and have this public conversation to showcase why this is all happening in our community. Man, this is the biggest fucking reach if I can hear one right now. I mean, yo, you see my videos, y'all watch me here. I talk about the evils and ills and the problems in our black community, but god damn it, you're gonna try to go there with this, Monique? Man, I got a headache right now. Let's continue. Woof.
This is our swing at that bat. So we're gonna take our swing.
Oh, her husband's coming back. It's daddy, y'all.
No worries.
So
It's
let me
daddy.
get back to what I was saying. When you start addressing the character of the man, when you really look into what is happening, when a man says, I was not strong enough to defend my daughter against a really, really good friend of mine because I didn't want to jeopardize the friendship. Though he apologized, you have to ask yourself, what kind of demons is that man dealing with that he couldn't stand up to the predator of his child? Of his child. But that same man goes on his radio show and talks about people as if he was sitting in the meetings, as if He was making their life decisions as if his opinion mattered in their choices. So when I say, listen, y'all, it was important for me to make that post because there are so many little girls out there with daddies like DL.
And let me try to.
Before Daddy kicks in, Monique, if you felt that strongly about it, why did you not talk about this sooner? This is not new, guys. The situation that you're talking about with D.L. Hughley and his daughter is not new. If you felt that strongly about it, why you didn't do this a week ago? Why you didn't do it 2 weeks ago? Why you didn't do it when it happened? You know? No, because no one was fucking with Monique. She was not on tour. She's not doing any stand-up on the regular. No one ain't buying her tickets. But you know who's buying tickets? Doesn't matter if it's half sold out or full sold out. DL's been on the road consistently for the last 30 plus years, while Monique has been on hiatus here because of her own dealings lately. You know, and so what is the way to catapult an opportunity? Because he used the kindness of his heart to say, you know what? I'll work with her. I ain't got no problems with her. DL even said I ain't got no problems with her. But she created this manufactured situation with his daughter, a real situation that him and his daughter have to work through. But if you are really that agent, you're really the one that's supposed to bring about change. You're the one that's really worried about this situation. Why not sooner? Why not sooner? I smell bullshit. Ugh. Grade A. Let's continue. Let's hear what Daddy's going to say now.
Adjust this because reference to being sideways.
Well, I can hold it, Daddy.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it. No, just it's better for them to
Boy,
okay.
It's like
So,
they don't know how to
let
work
me
the camera.
address it. When y'all are asking me, is it okay to re-traumatize his daughter? Listen, y'all, let's stop playing this game. There's nothing I could say or do to re-traumatize that baby because the trauma has already set in. However, if we speak it out loudly and we say it to our community, maybe the next baby won't have to deal with the goddamn trauma.
Once again, why didn't you say it sooner? Why did it have to happen when you hit the stage and then had to lie? And then we're not even addressing the fact that she almost canceled on the people. If she didn't get her way and known there was going to be a breach of contract, she wouldn't perform for the people of Detroit. We're not even talking about that. She's not addressing her own accountability. She's not addressing the fact that why she lied for a whole week. No one's bringing that up in any of the content creator circles here. We're talking about how crazy she is. We're not talking about how she created a narrative for a whole week and now we're knowing there's something else here just so that she can stay in headlines, so that she can have people talking about her and TMZ and all the other circles, things of that nature that's going to lead into the new season of Power in the next few months here. Yo, we not dumb, Monique, but the problem is you really think that you're this really good person? You really think you're for the community when you use an opportunity like this, when if you really were about it, you do say something about it sooner. Let's continue.
See, when I made that post, it was intentional. It was intentional. It was intentional.
Yeah, we know it's intentional.
Let me say this too. When we speak about the character, we don't know D.L. Hughley in the totality to speak about his character, but what we know is about his actions. So what we can say reasonably and factually is that when you have a man that said essentially that he didn't do right by his daughter, that seemed to me that it would create a level of humility that you wouldn't go after other people so vehemently in the manner that you do. So that's the moment when humility steps in and say, I have my own demons to deal with. So moving forward, the way in which I approach and go after people, I will not. You see, when Monique went on his show trying to support her friend at that time, DL, and she was asked, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels without a condom or Corinne Steffens with a condom? That is a violation of a woman's whole position. Because you're
What? Wait. Seriously? Is this Daddy? What the fuck did Daddy just say? I wanted to let that play here. What the fuck was he talking about here? I mean, seriously, the whole disposition, and he's going here. I gotta say this, go. Let's get into that part here about the would you let him, fuck Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne without a condom? Monique, y'all comedians said worse stuff than that. See, they're trying to pick things that may sound heinous, but if we've seen Monique stand-up comedy over the last 25 years, she said worse things than that. She's talked about other people. The thing she said on stage about DL was even worse. So really, you're going to try to pick that little line of a joke here when I've heard DL say things 20 times worse than that, and I've heard Monique say 30 times worse than this here. It's kind of funny how when comedians like this here can take a joke and then just say, hey, this is the line here. But this dude is talking all over the goddamn place here. Let's let Daddy talk a little bit more here. Let's see more of this here. Lord, have mercy.
You are violating this black woman as you are violating your community because you're trying to point out this is a person who is this man and this woman here, and there are implications surrounding both of them that are unsaid, which is why he chose them. But now, like many sisters who have seemingly Stockholm syndrome, you've been captured and fallen in love with the captor that's violating you. Because if you're protecting an individual that said, I didn't do right by my daughter, and you're hearing a black woman saying, I went on his show as a friend, but he didn't do right by me. What do you guys think you have coming? What do you ladies think that you have coming? When black men or men tell you that you look like something is wrong, the reason why many of you, something is wrong, because you suffer in silence.
And please, Daddy, let me address something. When I hear y'all saying mind your business, did you say the same shit to DL when he talks about everybody's business? See, I didn't put DL's baby.
Let's address that part here. First thing here, did y'all understand what Daddy was talking about here? In the comments section, let me know. Did y'all understand what Daddy's talking about here? I didn't understand a goddamn word he was saying. Yo, this is Monique's husband, aka the manager, aka the lawyer, aka the man who drew up the contract that started all this mess here. What the hell did he say here? Then let's add another point here before we let this continue. Talking about how DL talks about people. He has a radio show. He talks every day. I don't get this here, right? If someone has a radio show and his radio show is based on music and pop culture, he's going to talk every day, Monday through Friday, just like any other radio DJ. That's the reason why you try to go at Steve Harvey. And what does Steve Harvey say? Your problems ain't with me. He said a couple of one-liners and that was it. He didn't have to say no more. So this is ridiculous. And this is so crazy that she is really going on the stick here. So let's hear some more recklessness, some more nonsense here. Let's continue. I might let this play a little bit longer if you guys can tolerate it.
Be out there. It's an interview that's out there. DL told the story. What I did was posted the story to say, look at the character of the man. And that's
look at the action.
The actions of the man. See, what happens is, y'all.
Wait, before I let it play here, he talked about it, so you posted it. So it's not new. I just want to put that out there. This is not new, guys. This is not something that just happened. It's like, oh, I got to jump on this here. This is news. We're going to talk about DL here. DL has openly talked about this. So who are you to try just to bring it back up again, right? Where were you when this discussion was actually happening? You could have jumped on a couple of radio shows or the circuits when this was happening. No. So I just want to point that out that this is not new. And you want to talk about how you posted it. DL's openly talked about it. He volunteered the information. He went around the talk show circus where he talked about this here. He openly talked about cheating on his wife and the things that occurred in that situation. How he actually had a side baby and then the side woman, ex, actually killed her and the baby. DL has been open about all his transgressions here. So by her saying that I just posted it, this man's been an open book about his life here. So it's not like he's in the dark and he's the Will Smith creating this picture perfect image. And then now you're bringing this up to light here. No, DL is a flawed, imperfect man who's talked about his issues here, and you're acting like this is like he's a paint satron who needs to be exposed here. So just wanted to add that tidbit here because this is so out of line here. Let's continue now.
When you listen to this man speak so much about Kanye West and how he's stalking this woman and all that he's doing and didn't understand that man was trying to protect his babies.
Kanye West is in this now?
And if you did that to my daughter, I would do something about it. Well, you're talking with a forked tongue because something was done to your baby.
And when people said, oh, do you speak for all black women? Don't speak for all black women. She's speaking as a black woman for the trauma that black women had. For those of them who connect with it, you connect with it. Because the message that we're giving today is not for everyone. The message that the message that we're trying to share today are for those individuals that are tired of being enslaved, are tired of thinking because I may have to face the wrath of the tribe, I will go along with what's wrong to save my hide. The reality is, how can a black woman expect protection from her community? How can a black woman expect that when you heard what it is that he conveyed, and worst of all, to give excuses for an individual that continuously calls out people? See, because we're not here saying that one has to be perfect. We're not sitting here saying that everyone is perfect and we've never made mistakes, but the mistakes that we make, we have to own those mistakes. And in owning those mistakes, it creates, again, a level of empathy for those who we deem have made a mistake. When you hear DL talk, he does not talk empathetically about the individuals. As he said, a reference to Monique when she was on stage performing her job, that he eviscerates individuals in the manner that Monique eviscerated him. And what happens is when a black woman decides to stand and fight against a man for the same things that if that man called that man out, it's okay.
Come on.
Well, and we will sit back. You heard the phone call of Tyler Perry saying, I was wrong and I'm going to make it right, and it hasn't been made right. And guess what? Most people are not up in arms about it. Why? Because it affects someone so insignificant as a black woman, and then be a big black woman on top of that. So for the black women out there that are in support of DL, know that it was a black man that brought it to our attention about that video. Brother Amir Sedan, much love to you.
And just so that we're clear, because people are saying, oh, well, why would you've been knowing that. We found that out last night. We just got a phone call out of...
What? I gotta pause for a second. What the fuck did he just say? What was that? What the hell was that? Hold on, guys. I need some. I need a drink. Don't worry, it's tea. It's not Red Bull. I'm not trying to have a heart attack tonight. This is actually ginger and orange. Something like that. It's a mixture. So no Red Bull, guys. Don't worry. Okay, let's level set here. What the hell did he say? Did you guys understand that? I sure didn't understand it. I mean, let me ask this question. Do we get to a point where that we have to protect every single woman? It's a question, guys. Because I'm sorry. Sounds mean or whatever the case may be, but Monique is someone I don't want to protect. I don't trust you. You're not reliable. You're not trustworthy. You lied for a whole week about this contract dispute, and now you're saying it's a character of DL, and you want to go on this crusade that you just found out that, was it now with this recording here, you're literally saying you found out like Saturday or Friday? Yo, They're just going. There's a reason. If you guys were here in the beginning, why I played the D.L. Hughley clip when he was talking, explaining himself. There was a reason why I played that 7 minutes, and how we are here now playing this video, and we're seeing word salad, rambling, and incohesive words trying to be thrown out to make themselves sound really, really smart. Lord have mercy. So I'm going to play it some more so you guys can hear the craziness that still continues, because this wasn't like a 5-minute clip I thought it was, not why in my live stream on Saturday. If I'd known this long, I probably would have said skip the Devin Haney fight and probably been live streaming for like 6 hours talking about this video here. Lord. So I'm going to continue more here, guys.
Nowhere.
From a black man saying he has never seen so many black men attacking black women. And if black men are going to refuse to protect the black woman, then what protection does the black man have? The community's link is weakened due to us allowing the black woman to succumb to the forces that be, and sometimes it's at the hands of the black man. I'm sitting here telling you as a black man that I had the opportunity, the terrible opportunity, of watching my father be physically abusive to my mother, beat her down, little one. I've heard stories about my grandfather doing the same thing. So that's generation after generation. What I refuse to do is sit back and allow that to happen on my watch. So when people see the irregularity of the black man and black woman sitting together, let's make it a commonality. Let's not make it so that it's so odd to see, because what she's saying is you are worthy as a black woman of being treated equally. You are worthy as a black woman of being treated fairly. You are worthy of as a black woman not to allow yourself to be beaten and allow the beater, the person who violated you, to get away with what it is that they've done. You deserve that. And when you have people that are on your side that happen to be of the opposite sex, utilize that relationship, because sometimes a woman can't connect with a man in the way that a man can verbalize to another man, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it was a black man that tipped us to that last night. Again, a brother, Amir Sedan, who brought that to our attention because he was tired of the treatment that the black women in the community are getting. And I'll say this before I pass it to you, my love.
Yes, Daddy.
There are far more black men, black husbands, black boyfriends, black men, gay, straight, whatever you want, but the whole, there are far more black men that are supportive of the black woman than the powers that be would allow you to know. And they're incensed to know that this has happened. When we say to white people and to the white policemen that we got to call out the bad ones and for what they do and the wrong that they do, we as the black community have to be bold enough to do the same thing. Don't ask somebody to do something that you're not willing to do.
See?
Tribe? What the fuck was that? Let that play on purpose. You know my style. I chop in. I get in a minute or two. I like to make my point. I want you guys to focus on things that can get overlooked here. What the fuck was police brutality, white people, the whole culture and community, and all this stuff got to do with the fucking contract of being a headliner? Absolutely goddamn nothing. What the hell did he? Hey, let me do a reenactment. Let me do a reenactment, guys, of what we just saw there. How do I do this here? You know, you get the drums like like spoken word. My Nubian queen, you need to be protected, Monique. Because you are a headliner. You are the queen of comedy. And now D.L. Hughley needs to know that you are the queen. This This is what you are. And we need to be respectful because the white man and the policeman and all the other man is going to get you. Protect all women, as well as black women and Monique. Salute. That's what happened there, y'all. That's what he was doing there. Y'all remember enough in the 90s of the spoken words in the early 2000s? Guys had their dashikis with the capris on. That's what he was doing. I think that was his MO back in the day. Hey, before I continue here, shout out to my man Big Man with the $5 super chat, bro. He's proud of climbing that grizzly bear every night. Hey, Big Man. Shout out to you. Some people want to ride on the grizzly bear. Some people want to get that roll going. Get that roll going. Get that roll going. Get that roll going. Oh, Monique, get that roll going. Yeah. Rock with you, Big Man. Thank you for that super chat, bro. That was a lot, guys. So I went my little rant. Let's continue more of this video here. Has anything been addressed about that night? I let this play so much here. There has not been nothing addressed about the actual performance, the disrespect that Monique has for her paying audience. Let's continue, guys. Ooh, Lord have mercy.
I keep saying, I understand it. I keep saying, I understand the conditioning and the fear and traditionally how we've done this, how we continue to do this. And when y'all
wait, before going, you notice how her tone changed? She wants to give off a deep point. Now, before we get started here and we gonna talk about this beloved and my tone's getting down because I have to drive this point home because DL is a no good black man. Just want to point that out, how her tone changed compared to Daddy, how he was my Nubian queen. All right, let me play it again now.
are saying, Monique, why would you drag his daughter in it? Y'all not listening to the shit.
I'm listening.
He told the story. Those are his words. If you go out there, you can see that interview. It's all over. But because I posted it on my page, now y'all are saying, Monique, why are you attacking? Let me tell y'all something, and I want to be so clear about this shit, because when I see these kind of comments, listen, when I see comments like, you gonna get blackballed again, if that is the case, then so goddamn be it, y'all.
Can we just blackball her now? I don't want to see her in fucking Power. I love my Power show. I'm going to watch Power and be disgusted seeing her in every damn scene that she's in. I hate to do that. I don't want no lose a livelihood, but it just seems like that she is creating chaos after chaos and mess after mess here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't for blackballing, but god damn it, can you just go away for a little while? Can you get your mind right and then come back? You know?
It's because I'm speaking up and speaking out, but I was getting ready to say it. I don't like to say juicy words on here because the babies might be watching. But when you start getting in business with real cats, see, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, that's a real cat. See, Lee Daniels, that's a real cat.
Wait. I'm a 50 Cent fan amongst them all, right? But 50 Cent's also a real fucking troll. You want to talk about someone's real, but at the end of the day, 50 Cent is only about 50 Cent, okay? He saw an opportunity because of his series here and seeing how Monique is actually a good actress. You know, what did Corey Holcomb say? That she has the distinction of being the worst mom in cinematic history? You know, I mean, that's what she is. But you going to say that 50 Cent is real? And then you going in about DL and all this stuff like this? No. I'm a 50 Cent fan. Don't get it twisted. But he is real about 50. He ain't real about anybody else. Let's get that straight here. No. See how that's going to be conflated here? 50 gave you a job. And that's why she's mentioning him right now. 50 go ahead and say, hey, why don't you go ahead here and play in this role here? You know what I'm saying? You know how 50 talk. That's all that was. 50 would not be in this conversation if he gave you the script. Boy, I tell you, some people, guys, some people. Let's hear her diatribe more.
Oh, we had to go through the mud, baby. But at the end of the day, what he proved himself to be was a stand-up black man, because a genuine I am sorry, that proves yourself to be that genuine stand-up black man. So they out there. So for the ones that can't hold their shit, I don't want to be in business with them. Let me be clear. And for you black women, see, this is why I'm a little warm right now, y'all. I'm a little warm. Because see, my daddy was D.L. Hughley.
What?
My daddy, even though he apologized, he went to his grave and I still looked at him like, you a piece of shit. Because you talked a good game, but when your family needed your protection, you went in your bedroom and you drank yourself to sleep.
Wait. Out of all the atrocities in this world, out of all the entertainers in the game who have done things that you can say that is heinous, that is bad for their kids, and you just decided you want to stand on this Plymouth Rock here to march on this because he reminds you of your daddy? Yo, all the problems that we got going on to lead up to the stage here, and you really went there? You went there. Wow. Hey, before I lose my point here, shout out to Big Man Kim, another $5 super chat. She worried about black women in bonnets. Monique need to worry about those metric tons she regained. Hey, she has gained a lot of weight, guys. I remember she lost all that weight. She couldn't tell the big jokes no more. That could be her stick now to get back to the big girl jokes because, yo, she looking a little extra thick again. She's getting back to old Monique days, guys. Come on now. She really went there. She's comparing D.L. Hughley to her abusive daddy. So you're going to tell me that all this came the night before that you're addressing this and you start using this as your comedy routine? Here's the thing. I keep going back to me being a paying customer. I go to comedy shows all the time. I love seeing comedy. My thing is I want to laugh. Like you go to a movie and maybe hit or miss for an action film, you know. I mean, comedians could have an off night here and there, but majority of the time they prep themselves to give a good show. And I haven't really seen too many comedians bomb when I have gone see them. It's like the A-listers. I'm coming from the standpoint of I am buying this ticket here. I am going to go ahead and download this and I'm going to drive to where I got to go to, maybe pay for parking, pay for food and drinks, and then see a show. And here you are talking about this bullshit here. And then a few days later, a week later, you talk about, well, I ranted, but it wasn't about this bullshit here. It was about this bullshit here. You clearly wasting people's time. You're wasting people's time and money where that they want relief. They're trying to get away and escape from the trials and tribulations that go on in this world today. And you know what, though? The paying public ain't trying to hear your bullshit when they're paying for it. See, if you want to go on your live here, you want to stream and talk about this like you're doing now, that's cool. All right. Air your grievances, do what you want to do like that whatsoever. But when then you use the stage for one thing and then you gaslight it for something else here, and you want us to protect and believe all black women. I'm sorry, y'all. How we're supposed to protect and believe all black women when it starts off one way and then we're getting something else a week and a half later. Same thing with Amber Heard, how she was saying that, you know, Johnny Depp did some things with a beer bottle to her. And if anything, Johnny Depp's the one that lost a goddamn tip of a finger. You know, so let's make this make sense here. The fact that she is literally gaslighting people. Y'all rock with this? Do people really are fans of Monique of this here? Man, oh man, guys. Let's get this going here.
See, I know that cat. I know him. So when I saw that story and when that brother called and said, let me just give this to y'all. And y'all keep saying, oh, he apologized. He did. But when did an apology erase the trauma?
And
that proves right there that if you get into it with Monique and you apologize, or any person like Monique, no matter how serious the apology is, even if you come from the right place, she gonna bring that shit up again. Even if y'all ain't talked for years, Y'all ain't seen each other. Matter of fact, remember when DL said earlier, I keep bringing it back, when she talked about the feet under the table and breaking bread from fucking 1997 when most of us were in high school or probably diapers, or some of us were young and didn't even have gray hair. She is the type of person that if you come from the right place, be like, you know what, Monique, my bad. I'm sorry. I was tripping back then. You know, for real, we go through some things in this world here in comedy, and I'm sorry. And then next, a few years later, I know you said you're sorry, but it don't excuse the trauma. That means that she can't accept apologies. And that means that she wasn't ready to accept the apology when it happens. So, that means you can't apologize to Monique or people like this. If you see people like this here and then you apologize, then keep it moving. Don't even interact with them anymore, because they're going to hold on to that shit to their dying grave, and they're just going to wait for the opportunity to bring it up again to use it to their advantage. Because if it was a legit apology here and she even saying, yeah, he apologized, but then if you put a but on there, you weren't ready to accepting it then. So at this point, then I need to take a step back and it's like, all right, then I apologize. Then when you're cool, then we can engage here. We see a lot of people like that who will take an apology and then throw that shit right back in your face later on. She is that kind of person, y'all. Let's continue.
That's not as much the issue about the apology.
Come on.
Oh, it's not?
In conjunction with the trauma. And when
Oh.
you say you're bringing his daughter into it, what his daughter is getting right now is someone that's in alignment with her as a black woman who was abused by her brother. So that everything she has felt and everything that she feels moving forward, she knows that it's a level of confirmation, because no one knows what it is that sister went through but that sister. And the other individuals who knows what it is to be violated, especially another black woman coming to her aid, that's a level of comfort that oftentimes doesn't happen, because again, we in our black community, from slavery to right now, have been trained, have been conditioned. Move forward. You got work to do. Keep that under the hat. You got to be ready for tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, one day, you break down. Why? Because you're not dealing with it openly and honestly. We as a community have to stop living in secret and be honest enough to speak openly. Because if we don't, we're going to suffer in silence. And then you wake up one day, this person did something to themselves and you didn't know why. You've got, again, people that won beauty pageants and they took themselves out. Why? Don't know. But we can't get better until we have these conversations aloud. I don't want to project the idea that he's a terrible human being, but it is terrible that he doesn't realize as a human being what he said he did to his daughter. And if he is contrite about what he did, or if he is sorry about what he did to his daughter, then show empathy to the other individuals out there. You can have dialogue about anybody.
I gotta stop that bullshit right there. What? That's a fucking stretch, guys. That is a stretch. I had to pause that. I let that cook. That is a stretch. Seriously? Now, what I want to know, because we know these people are liars. We know that they're just saying a whole bunch of word salad trying to make themselves sound extra smart here. I want them to give exact details of what DL is going about compared to the jokes here. You know what I'm saying? Because DL is a radio host and he is a stand-up comedian. He is known for roasting. Matter of fact, have you guys ever seen DL live? I've seen him a couple of times. And one thing is for sure, if you sit in those first couple of rows, he's coming for you. Wear something out of pocket. That is his game. That is his get down. So my thing is that he's built an entire career, 30 or 40 years of what he's been doing here. So you take the one scenario that he's been open about. He talked about it openly. This is not a secret that you've opened up Pandora's box saying, how dear, gotcha. You trying to be this husband and this father. Look what you did to your daughter. We're getting this out on Front Street. He is openly talked about it. But now you guys want to be the aged saints here. It's like, yo, we're here for all black women. You do this for your daughter. You got to do this for all black women. Nah, you stretching, man. You are stretching to ride for your woman. And I get it. You got to ride for your woman because you ain't got nothing else going on right now. Because you her manager and the lawyer like that. Because once she fires you, if she ever does, you ain't got no more damn job. So you got to be simping. You got to be extra beta. You got to say this dumbass, 2000s open slam poetry bullshit. I get it, but I don't get it. If that makes sense. Let's hear some more of this bullshit here. I mean, this is actually comedy right now. It's sad, and at the same time, it's fucking funny. This is like, wow. Like, you really got online. You didn't prep this out. You had no script. You just gonna shoot from the hip. Bang, bang. Okay, let's continue.
You want to have, but there's a respectful way to do it, because if you notice, I ain't trying to talk about him terribly. I'm not, as a black man, what I think he did and allowed to happen, I don't understand it. But what I'll say is this: we got to talk about it.
And I want to address something. And this is the sad shit, y'all. This is the shit
sad.
we done bought into.
Oh, this is it now, guys? Oh, here we go.
Because as I read your comments, I believe I can hear you. Why is he talking? Why is he talking? Because he can. And he needs to.
Hold on. This is on Monique's Live. Her own fans are saying, why the fuck is daddy talking? She's upset right now. She's reading the comment section on her own stream, right? And her own fans are like, yo, why is daddy talking? Why is he speaking? Her own people are saying, Monique, get him to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up. Shut up, Mr. Ogilvy. Yeah, she's reading her own comment sections like, he can talk because he can talk. Monique, you're losing your own tribe. Your own tribe is turning against you now. They're like, we don't fuck with daddy. You need to let us know what the hell's going on. Why is he on the mic? He needs to go there. He needs to go and take care of that lawn work that's going on right now. Whoever's cutting the grass, he need to go ahead and monitor that. All right, that's what needs to happen. Because obviously he don't know what the fuck he talking about. And she just over here just defending him because that's daddy. That's oh so daddy. Oh, so daddy. Daddy's got to be there right next to her. Wow, guys. I don't know what to say about this here. I'm going to keep playing a little bit more because you just think it gets getting worse. It gets getting worse. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
And he needs to. See, what we're trying to show is it's okay to trust each other. It's okay to have each other's back in a way, baby, that is so unbreakable. But when you have people like D.L. Hughley that finds a way to make fun of people's love, I want y'all to understand, baby, I'm not attacking D.L. Hughley's
Yes,
family.
you are.
By no means. I love that brother's family. What I'm doing is bringing...
You literally said on stage that you're fucking a bitch. You called DL a bitch and you said his wife that you're fucking a bitch. She said that, y'all. You can put the clip up. So that's another lie right there. I had to stop that there. You said, I ain't attacking the family. You attacked the wife when you called him out and then brought her into it and then added that ad hominem in there. You see that? We know what you got there. You see, the internet's forever. Someone records it, put it out there. We know your words. Let's continue.
In the light as the character, as to who D.L. Hughley is. So for as long as y'all don't want to hear what you really need to be listening to, I didn't put anybody out there. That interview was all over the world. D.L. Hughley told the story. I didn't put anyone out there. Those stories never go away. That's there forever.
Exactly. So you are not making any sense to repost an old story. You're not first. You're not breaking. You're not like, I'm the national choir and I got this hot lead now and I'm gonna ride this out for my comedy circle here. No, this has been out there. So why are you recycling it? Because that's what you're doing right now. You're just a roach. You're a leech right now. You're piggybacking off DL because DL is popping. DL's career never went down. He was at the Kings of Comedy. He's had multiple TV shows, radio shows. He had the radio show that went on TV. Now he's got his own web series. He's still on the radio. He still tours all year round. And what the fuck are you doing? She's a leech, y'all. This is what leeches do when they can't do anything. They try to find an angle to get themselves popping, get themselves headlines, and then try to ride with that here because she obviously got a couple of comedy dates the next few months here. That's what she's doing here. If it's really that serious, if you had a bone to pick with him and want to make it seem like, beloved, this is a serious conversation. The community don't want to talk about this, but we gonna talk about this here. DL already talked about it. He went around the radio circuit. So what the fuck are you doing that's brand new? Let's answer that question. What are you doing that's brand new with the case? Not a goddamn nothing. Let's hear some more whispering here, Jamal. That's right. Let's get this going here.
He shared the story, and I want you to listen to how he shared it. It was almost a blowover.
And if you're wondering why I'm speaking.
Yeah, we were wondering.
Because I'm not a star. I'm not a celebrity.
We know that.
Then you can understand why in your everyday life people look at you. Why are you speaking?
What the fuck does that mean?
You're not courageous enough to speak up because people don't think that you are valid enough, you big enough, you a star, and you stay quiet. You've let them win. We don't care who's on our side as long as we're on the side of what's right. If you can prove us wrong, prove us wrong. If you can show that D.L. Hughley hasn't talked trash about people before and after he made that post, then we apologize. But if you can't show that, then you would have to ask yourself, how can a man betray his daughter by believing a friend that he likes a lot over the daughter that he's supposed to love, but then feel comfortable talking about other people and the things that they've done wrong? The only way you can do that is by not acknowledging the magnitude of what you've done wrong.
What the fuck?
Our sweet community.
What the hell is here? Did y'all hear
Our
that?
sweet community, y'all. And we're watching it. We're watching it. We watching it. And all this privacy stuff, all this having in privacy. And there's a list out there of the people they say I had a problem with. Whoopi, Oprah, Tyler, Steve, Will Packer. Who else is on that list?
Yeah, all of them.
Cheryl Underwood, Kim Whitley. It's quite a few people on the list. It might be about 10 people on the list. What I would suggest is get them all together. All of them. Let's do a BET town hall meeting. Let's do a meeting publicly. Let's have every last one of them tell them what their problem is with me. And what you'll find is with every last one of them, they try to bully or either talk foolishness.
No, I had to stop it further. No, because you on this bullshit and you a lie all the goddamn time. All these people, men and women, got problem with you. You are all alone. All you got is daddy in your corner. You had DL before you fucked that up last week. All right. You would have had DL still if he didn't put you on the bill for the fourth time. He agreed to it and then you backstabbed him here. Every one of these people you're going to name off here got a problem with you. And you going to say they all were bullying you? They all bullying the biggest person in the goddamn room? You bigger than everybody. You can out-eat everybody. You can swallow everybody, especially in your prime when you were big. And you're going to say that every one of them is bullying you? Every single one is bullying you. Really? We are living in the victim Olympics. They're bullying me. Every single one of them. Even though I be talking shit, even though I be lying, even though I'm gaslighting, even though I'm telling two different stories, it starts off here and it goes there. I don't want to honor my contracts. Man. And we got people looking up to her too. The only reason why I brought this video back up, when I saw this response here that's gone this long here, I was like, damn, this is something else here, right? And then I saw the comments on Facebook, and I was seeing so many people that was defending Monique still. Like, you literally heard the section that she made up all this stuff here, and then she's gonna go to this thing about the community, and people are saying, yeah, because DL did this here. Like, so you manufactured a fight to make a point? That's what she did here. DL didn't think he had a problem. You manufactured a fight to prove a point instead of bringing the information and having a conversation with me if you really felt that way. Wow, wow, wow.
And they got it handed back to them, and they could not handle it. Get them all together.
And they point out all the people that she's had a problem with. But what they fail to mention is the details of why she has a problem with them.
Yeah.
And why
Seriously?
they have a collective problem. Let's delve into the specifics, because we as a community, we get caught up and we buy into generalities like a deal memo. People, woo, boom, bang, bang. Oh, he done dropped the bomb. He got it now. He got it now.
Yeah.
A deal memo with no signatures, but y'all gonna question her contract because it came from our attorney. But y'all didn't notice that the deal memo came from his agent, not even from.
Hold on here. Wait a minute. How do we get back to the deal memo? How do we get back to the goddamn contract? Wait. Whoa. Wait. Didn't the contract in the beginning said it meant absolutely nothing? And then now when DL posts talk about the deal memo, then he's like, oh, it didn't have a signature and it came from his attorney and our attorney. What the fuck are we talking about now? What is happening here? Do you see why I let this play? Do you see why this couldn't be a 20-minute reaction video that I do, or 25 minutes here? We had to do a live stream here so you guys can hear everything that they're saying. How can you say this one thing here, then you go on a word salad poetry slam in the middle, and now we're back to the contract deal memo? But we're talking about the black community, and we're talking about police brutality, and we're talking about white people. This is how the real problems in our community get lost in the shuffle because of bullshit like this. When the real problems come up here, no one wants to talk about it because people like Monique and Daddy here bring up the goddamn bullshit to try to conflate and mix it in here that does not have anything to do with what we're dealing with here. That's why this shit's been going on for over a week and a half here. They're here and they're there, they're hither and thither, they're to and fro, they're far and near, they're there and gander. Lord have mercy. Wow, oh wow. I'm gonna play a little bit more, guys, because I can't make this up. I wish I could make this up, but this is coming out of their own mouth. Back to the deal memos, y'all. Even though it wasn't about this, we're back at the deal memo. We're back at contracts now.
Legal stamp, the agent, this is what they said that they wanted. That's why we got specific. So if we got to take the heat for saying we love the community so much that we're going to try to tell them.
We're back to the community now?
We heard this wild story one time.
What the
we
fuck?
We heard about this cat that took one fish and fed a whole group of people. He walked on water. He was for the people. He hated when he saw the vendors taking advantage of the people. And he did all this good. And he died on the cross. We heard a story about that. So when you hear about a cat that we ain't came close to in the sense of we ain't not walked on water, we ain't took one fish. Now we took some fish and may have fried it up, but it's enough.
We're talking about Jesus now?
No miracle. And they put him
What?
on the cross. We know we ain't got nothing coming. So we not doing it for any other reason.
Hold on, Daddy. Hold on, Daddy. We talking about Daddy and taking the fish, and we gonna feed to getting. We gonna teach you how to fish. So we don't. What? Are we gonna go up to Matthew now? We're gonna take scriptures from John. Wait, hold on here. The black community is at an all-time low. We need to go to Revelations. Yeah, let's go back to my preaching days. We need to go ahead and get your Bibles out here, and let's go to Revelation 21:7. You know, I'll let everybody get your scriptures there so we can talk about this culture and end times that we're dealing with here in our black community and our culture, and how we can talk about how God can use this parallel for today. For real? Jesus in the game now, y'all. Jesus is in the house with the Monique D.L. Hughley situation. Had no idea. Let's get back.
Reason then, for the people that are willing to listen, they'll hear it. For the people that don't, it's not meant for you. But when you keep getting mistreated, understand it's because you embolden the mistreater to take advantage of you and yours.
You know, my, and thank you for doing this live too. I guess my energy has calmed a little, because when I was reading my timeline, and I was answering some of y'all back, I had to, because it was sisters. It was sisters, y'all. It's us saying that our little girls and our babies ain't worthy. It's what?
And Miss Spencer, when you say worry about yourself, that is the most selfish act you can do. Because if you worried about yourself just in the sense that you're talking about, that's selfish. But if you're truly worried about yourself from a humanitarian standpoint, that means you have to concern yourself with others. Because if you don't protect the individuals of the tribe, then there's no tribe to protect. And you are a part of the tribe, whether you want to admit it or whether you're not. Get healthy.
No. Monique ain't part of this tribe here. We ain't claiming that. Yo, anybody in my tribe here trying to give Monique an invite? Nah, it's getting revoked, and y'all getting blocked too. You're getting removed. You won't be able to see his channel no more. Nah, no. See, here's what kills me. He's trying, pulling straws, He's trying to get all this to say, we gotta protect every black woman no matter what. Nah, I don't get down like that, y'all. I don't believe in absolutes. I don't believe in absolutes. We cannot protect everybody. Because you know what? Life's a war. And you know what? War, there's casualties. And sometimes you can't save everybody. And sometimes people just don't want to be saved. And their actions are showcasing they don't need to be saved. You had a career, Monique, and you shit on everybody, so why should we care about her career? Honestly, why should we protect somebody who don't even care about their career? That every time we look around, she is shitting on somebody. Now, it gets to a point where that you can only shit on so many people so much that we got to say, yo, what's the deal here? Is it the 200 people or is it you? And so when we play videos like this, what do we see? It's you and daddy and your no joke telling ass, because we still ain't heard no jokes yet. I have not heard anybody say after that said, yo, Monique did kill y'all. She dropped some, after that little DL spat, yo, she had these lines. She told this one story. She had this metaphors. Has anybody ever said, yo, when Monique had this one joke, you don't know a memorable joke from her? You don't even have, matter of fact, from the Queens of Comedy, you know who's the best one? Some More. Let's just put it out there. Some More was the best one. The reason why Monique was the headliner, she didn't headline every single night, but she was the one that was the most popular at the time because she had her own TV show. All the other women were funny, but didn't have the spotlight like she had because she was on UPN. All right. You take away that, she was not the funniest one on there. It was Some More, y'all. Some More still funny to this day. I never thought Monique was funny. Lord have mercy here. Hold on here. Let me get to the super chat here. My man Big Man is back. Oh, wow. It's Darth Beta and Jabba the Hutt having a pity party. Damn. You ain't lying, man. This is Jabba and pity party, the Victim Olympics, all this mess here, man. You talking about the Jedis. Yeah, they trying to put the Jedi mind tricks on us, guys. This is why we break this down. See, any other time people might just catch the video and you might catch a few parts and they're like, oh, what? See, reaction channels like this here where we really break it down and people say, well, you're picking it apart too much. No, we're taking the words that's coming out of their mouth and we're really seeing some people who didn't rehearse what they were going to say and just saying a whole bunch of word salad. We break this down to showcase y'all just some crazy motherfuckers. Seriously. Let's continue.
So, and thank you for that word because it just brought me to this. It makes me laugh because it's laughable when I see y'all put, Mo, you need to heal. You need to heal.
Wow, okay.
And somebody would say, or I'm saying, what is it about me that you don't think I'm healed? Now, you're right. There was a time in my life that I needed to heal because I was traumatized. I was damaged. I was hurt. You are so right, my babies. But at this point in my life, that healing feels so good. That's why I talk out loud. See,
that's not healing. Anybody been in therapy knows the way she's acting has got nothing to do with healing. If anything, whoever's her doctor, we need to know who the fuck does she work with as her therapist and make sure that no one sees this doctor here. If this is considered healing, man, this is the opposite of it right here. I had to pause that right there. Talking about she needs to heal. She needs to see another doctor, wherever the case may be, because that was crazy. Hold on. Let me get to that. Oh, let me see here. I'm looking at the chat here. Mike, you want me to play that again? Okay, let me rewind that back, Mike. Okay, I'm keeping up the chat here that y'all going in, but let me rewind that back here.
Because it's laughable when I see y'all put, Mo, you need to heal. You need to heal. And somebody would say, or I'm saying, what is it about me that you don't think I'm healed? Now, you're right. There was a time in my life that I needed to heal because I was traumatized. I was damaged. I was hurt. You are so right, my babies. But at this point in my life, that healing feels so good. That's why I talk out loud. See, there was a time when I needed to heal, but I was holding on to secrets. I was holding on to them. And when I started talking out loud, ooh, that healing started feeling so good because I was able to say it out loud and not sleep with it. I was able to put it on stage and not bring it home to my family. So when y'all tell me about what I should and shouldn't say on stage, that's mine. That's mine, baby. And I'm going to say what I want to on that stage because that's also my therapy. You've seen.
That's true. The stage is your domain. That is where you work, right? She is right about that. But you want to know something, family and tribe? We're paying for you to perform. That's yours. So if you're not doing your job, which is to be a comedian, there's several different types of comedians, how they tell their jokes. The one-liners, tell the storytellers, the introspective thinkers that make you think at life and then put a little curveballs into it. Your job is a comedian. So yes, that's yours. You have every right to talk what you want to talk about. But you know what though? It's us as the viewing public, the one who's coming and traveling, depending on where it is, to get in our cars, pay for this gas. I paid $6.26 a gallon yesterday for some damn gas, y'all. Pay for gas to get to the venue and then hear all this and not hear not one damn joke. It can be yours, but we are the ones that gives you yours. So in that case here, Monique, yeah, you're right. But you know what though? You're disrespecting your own platform, your art form, and the people who are supposed to be supporting you. If you want to go ahead and have these diatribes, just create a YouTube channel. This is what I got right here. If you really want to talk about these inequalities, You really got a problem with that here. Go in your basement and you probably got a nice house, set up your camera and talk about it. Not me coming to see someone tell jokes and all you do is complaining. That is what you're doing. So it may be yours, but what about us, the regular Joe Schmoes who want to have a good time? If you're dealing with it right now, then don't perform. Don't travel. Don't get on stage. If you got no jokes, come back when you got jokes. But you can say it's yours, but you literally didn't have any of your jokes ready, though. Lord have mercy. Hold on here. Big man again with another $5 super chat, man. I rock with you, bro. It said that fast food affects our weight and mental health. Monique talking reckless from too many trips to White Castle. Man, why y'all keep talking about White Castle lately, y'all? I want to drive to White Castle right now and give me about like 5 or 6 cheeseburgers, no pickles. Let me get some fish nibblers, and some mozzarella sticks, and I'll be straight, and some cheese fries and a good old vanilla shake. Yeah, I said that. I mean, I used to live by White Castle growing up. Man, I miss White Castle. It'll take me like 25, 30 minutes to drive there. Y'all gonna make me do this midnight run. But no, I'm here. I'm not trying to be in the streets. They gat clapping out here. The reason why I'm live streaming, so I ain't out here banging with these people here. So no White Castle for me tonight. But dang, y'all got me thinking about it. Man, what is Mike saying? I miss White Castle. Yeah, they ain't got no White Castles where you at, Mike, right? I mean, like, I can drive to get to mine, but I don't think you can drive to get to yours, Mike. Not where you at in Florida. Man. Hold on, let me get to a few of these chats. I know I've been skipping. I had to talk a lot here. This video is crazy here. Let's see here. Huge fan, Dick. Keep up the good work, bruh. Thanks a lot, Casanova. Appreciate you, bruh. What's here? Lisa says, I'm from the UK. What is White Castle? White Castle is a fast food spot that sells like these mini burger sliders that are probably 2 inches by 2 inches. If you don't have a cast iron stomach, you will be on the porcelain god toilets messing around with them bad boys because they slide in and they slide right out if your stomach ain't right. But they good as hell. It's not good for you. Greasy as hell. It's a staple out here in Chicago. I know they're nationwide, but White Castle's known out here in the Chi. So it's good, Lisa. Just want to let you know that the next day you're going to be feeling it, So you literally go there with $25 and you can feed a family of 8. I mean, maybe not now because of inflation and the way the prices are. Maybe a family of 5 now for $25, maybe. But yeah. I mean, yeah, you can get them at the grocery store. Hold on. I see Xavier. Yeah, you can get them at the grocery store, man. Ain't the same, though. A matter of fact, if I walk over to my deep freezer right now, I got like 4 frozen ones, man, but it ain't the same though because you're trying to warm them up in the buns, they have these janky instructions and they be all soggy, and so you're not getting the full White Castle experience, even though the experience is about being the porcelain god and you're praying and you're rubbing your stomach and you think you need some Pepto-Bismol and everything like that. But it's good eating. It's bad for you. Good eating. What is Z saying here? Fact, when the riots happened on Lake Street in Minneapolis, they destroyed the Popeyes, but let White Castle untouched. You got that right. Hey, we figure out we can cook our own chicken. We can't cook White Castle. You know what I'm saying? We can cook some chicken. Yeah, the Popeyes can get tore down. We can fry up our own stuff. I can go to Jewel. I can get some thighs, some legs, some wings. Me go get some flour, get my seasonings, give me some cooking oil. I'm good to go. I can fry me up some chicken with the best of them. But White Castle, I can't make no White Castle burgers the way they do. I can't make them sliders slide in and slide out the way they do. How the hell we turn this a referendum on White Castle now, guys? We're talking about Monique. You know what, though? I bet when she do come to town, she'd be eating some White Castles, don't she? She look like she'd get down on some White Castle. No, I know her order right now. She probably get about 4 cheeseburgers. She's going to get 2 bacon cheeseburgers. Then there's the new Impossible burgers she's getting. She's getting some large cheese fries. She's getting some mozzarella sticks. She's getting a large fish nibbler. If they do got all day breakfast, she might throw a sausage, egg, and cheese on wheat toast. Yeah, they do the wheat toast. It's ghetto as hell, And like I said, and a vanilla milkshake. That's her order. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Book it. Put it in Vegas at Caesars. That's my order. That's my bet. Putting 500 on that one. What's my odds, y'all? I know that's what she's doing here. What we got here? My stomach hurting thinking about this madness. Hey, they asked about we brought White Castle. Lisa wanted to know about White Castle, so now the madness is here. We got to talk about White Castle now. We start off on Monique, now it's a referendum on White Castle now. Hold on here. Wait, we got another super chat from my man Kevin Brown. One thing about moving to Milwaukee from Chicago, I miss all that good food. Hey, Kevin, I feel for you in Milwaukee, man. You know what? The last time I was in Milwaukee, me and my boy Jacob. I've known Jacob for like almost 40 years as well, Mike. You know, Mike knows Jacob. We all grew up together. And my boy used to live in Milwaukee. He lived like 10 minutes from the stadium. And I never forget going to the game, you know, driving to Milwaukee for the night and trying to find some food and spots like that. Man, I can't live like that, y'all. Milwaukee is like, for me, living in the suburbs of Chicago and then going to Milwaukee, it's like me moving to Alabama. Y'all close early. Y'all food ain't right. You know, it's like 10:30 is ghost town on a Friday. We drove around everywhere. I had just bought my new BMW too, so I wanted to be out here in the streets. I wanted to be lurking. This was a long time ago when I did this trip, y'all. I was lurking. I had just bought me a BM. This was my first BMW 650. Gonna pop my collar, you know. I had bought, it was only like a couple of years old, a 2008 650. Oh man, that baby can move. I went to Milwaukee, thought I was about to get in these streets and about to be simping. Man, y'all had nothing going on in Milwaukee that night. We went to a couple of bars. Man, I thought it looked like 48 hours when Eddie Murphy walked into the bar. You seen them get in the 40 hours with Eddie Murphy going to the bar? That's how I felt. I saw a couple of black girls. I was like, yo, they look cute. But then it was like, oh, you get closer. And it's like, oh, they ain't my steez. So, sorry, Kevin. I went bad on, I'm dogging Milwaukee out here, man. You know, so I apologize. Y'all ain't got nothing going on there. I couldn't live there. I live in the suburbs of Chicago. And I wouldn't trade that for Milwaukee. Sorry. Oh, boy. What you got here, Sheila? I miss Humboldt Park. I ain't been to Humboldt in a minute. I drove through Humboldt about a month or two ago, but I ain't kicked it in Humboldt. You know what, Sheila? I know Humboldt's changed. I remember Humboldt Park when, like, my boy was drunk one night, and I remember that I had to drive him home. I didn't stop for no stop signs or red lights, so I got the fuck out of Humboldt. Man, the Ricans around the corner weren't playing during those times. They weren't playing back in the day. If y'all know about Humboldt Park, a lot different now. Gentrification's really kicked in. Certain areas, boy, you wouldn't recognize them 15 years ago. If y'all from Chicago, you know about Humboldt Park back in the day. Look at she said, yep. Uh-huh. Hey, man, they weren't playing. As Mikey said, yeah, the Bariquas, yeah. Got that right, Mike. They got some cuties out that way. I ain't gonna front. Man, know what though? I'm gonna play a little bit more of this Monique video. I'm about to be done with Monique here, unless it's more rebuttals going on and coming out here. So let me just let me get a little bit more of this Monique here, guys. I had to go ahead and show you the craziness, right? I had to take a break for a second, you know, and Lisa here came in. Wait, what you got here, Lisa? You make me want to live dangerously. White Castle, get ready. Hey. Whenever you make a trip from the UK to the Chi, Lisa, just let us know. Let us know. You want a night where that you know your stomach gonna be on the wild side? We'll take you to a Maxwell Street spot. We'll give you some White Castle. But you know what though ain't gonna tear your stomach up though? Some good ass Portillo's. Oh yeah. That's what you need. We talk about White Castle, but you know what y'all need in y'all lives? Some real Portillo's. Y'all know what y'all missing if y'all ain't got no Portillo's where y'all at. Chicago hold it down with that Portillo's. Y'all don't know about them Italian beefs. Y'all know about them Polishes. Y'all hurting if you ain't getting it from out here. Hey, my man Big Man say, Monique looks like she'll eat a human if they were cooked right. I bet she'll consume daddy when he's useless. Damn. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Big Man. On point with that, man. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. This Monique situation turned to the food section of the show here, y'all. It's a consistent grease. Hey, Sheila, when's the last time you had a Maxwell Polish? You know, I normally get mine, and, you know, I still go to Independence off of 290. Yeah, I venture out to 290 still, you know, off of Independence to go get my couple of pork chop sandwiches with extra grilled onions, you know, a couple of cheeseburgers, you know, and a great pop. All come with free fries, guys. That's where I be at. I ain't been in lately, but you know what I'm saying. If I'm going to be out on 290, give me a pork chop sandwich for real. A little extra mustard on that, too. What y'all know about that? My man said, kids, Jewtown still popping. Jewtown's gone. There is no more Jewtown. It's gone. You know what it's called, man? It's called UIC. There is no more Jewtown. And then for anybody hearing that saying, oh, that sounds inflammatory, that sounds so wrong, that's what it was called back in the day, y'all. If y'all come to Chicago and you come by the UIC area, that area was just janky, all right? You can go ahead and get you a Polish sausage, get you a pork chop sandwich, you know, it come with free fries and soda. You go around the corner, you get you like 2 packs of tube socks, 6-pack in there, you know, and get you some underwear and a couple of pornos for like $8. That's a true combination. Some socks, underwear, and some pornos for $8. That was Jewtown, y'all. And then you go around the corner and get your pork chop sandwich. I'm not lying. That's how we used to get down to Chicago. And then you would buy the fake clothes right around the corner from that area. Man, guys were getting their 2-piece MCM outfits. Y'all didn't know MCM was popping back in 88. Yo, I remember when people used to have their fake MCM shirts and they had the Fruit Loom tags. Oh, man, they thought they were doing it. Sheila, you remember that? Y'all remember that? Anybody from Chicago know the old Jewtown where you get the tube socks and the pornos? Man, I was young back in the day, man. My pops used to be in the flea market game a long time ago, so he had to get inventory. So, you know, you get your socks, you get your hair brunettes, and that's all in that area where UIC is in. Now, they got the hospital, they got apartments, you know, they got the condos. It's like 300,000-400,000 in that area. You have bums around the corner that were jacking off around the corner, and you go ahead and buy a nice little, you know, XXX Black Bunny 16 for, you know, and get your tube socks going, man. Good old days. Good old days, guys. Y'all don't know about that Chicago, man. I can visualize it. You can't see it now because it looks real nice. Looks real pretty. You know, got a lot of hipsters in the area now. Drive by there and like, yo, what the hell happened? Yeah, what we got here? Dave buys cross colors out there. Hey, Rod, speaking of cross colors, yo. Speaking of cross colors, how did we change over here, right? Real fast. Speaking of cross colors, I don't care what anybody says. I know this for a fact because that my dad did flea marketing back in the day. Did flea marketing for a hot minute. If y'all know about Montana Charlies and stuff like that, yo, we used to do that back in the 80s and early 90s, right? So my pops would get, you know, some of the fake stuff to sell, and he would get some real stuff to test it out. I was the first person in middle school that rocked a cross colors hat, like the same hat that Naughty by Nature had with the little twisty at the end. I was the first cat rocking that hat with the cross colors. And you want to know something? People shat on me for 3 weeks. What the fuck are you wearing, Dave? And you know what? I never forget my boy Malik. He came with a cross colors outfit on, and that was it. Everybody was in on cross colors. Yep, I was the first one with cross colors in my area in 91, 92. And then when my boy came with it, everybody rocked with it. But when Dave did it, oh, no, that was lame as shit. Yeah, gotta spit my piece on that one, man. I gotta spit my piece on that one. I had cross colors first. And you know what? I never bought no more cross colors ever again. After that crap, I was like, yo, I came with the hotness, and then y'all needed someone else for the hotness here. I recognize hot before y'all recognize hot. So I said, fuck cross colors. I'm good. So, yeah. What we got here? Tube socks and porn? Yeah, big. I'm telling you, that if my dad was still here today, he could tell you the stories of the different combinations of men who would buy tube socks, you buy your drawers, you buy your pornos, and you'll buy a fake MCM outfit, or, you know, you have your Levi's your 2 pieces going. And then, of course, you know, the women buy their fake purses. Yo, that was hot back in the day, man. Y'all don't know about that in the 80s, y'all. Matter of fact, you go on YouTube and watch some old Chicago videos, talk about Chicago and the slums in the 80s, and you'll see some clips of old Jewtown. No doubt. What's Mikey say? F cross colors. Was my jam from Oak Tree? Oh, really? Oak Tree. Oh wow, I forgot about that store. That wasn't that store in like Fox Valley Mall, Mike? Oak Tree. Man, hold on. Let me see here. Hold on here. What my chat just froze up here. Sorry guys. Okay, here we go. Little struggle streaming here. StreamYard acting up for a second. What did big man say here? I missed my pro wing shoes from Payless. Hey, y'all throwing a flashback here. I remember I had got some pro wings in first grade, and I thought I was doing it. Couldn't tell me nothing. Tuss off some boys with some Jordans on. Fucked up the rest of my first semester. Billie Jean jacket with the snatch off arms. No doubt, man. No doubt. You get hated on until it becomes a trend, and then you're not credited. Hey, you know, I'm still holding on to this. This was like 30 years ago, guys. You know I'm salty, okay? If I'm talking about something from 30, matter of fact, I'm acting like Monique right now. I am acting like Monique from 30 years ago because I was the first with cross colors. I was the first Negro with that shit, and no one respected me on that. I was on the goddamn bus like, yo, look at me. And it was like, okay, Dave, whatever. Man, fuck y'all. Mad. Fuck cross colors. Fuck trends. Lord have mercy. Man. Yes, I got the fake purse. Yeah, I know you did, Sheila. I know your style. I know you got some real ones back there, but I know you went ahead and got some fake ones and you false flag and no one don't. It's like, girls don't know I'm a killing with this one. I know you went around the corner. You got some nice joints there looking like some real ones, but nah, the inside line and you could tell away the line is a little ripped in the side there. I know how you get down, Sheila. I ain't mad at you. What we got here? I remember the British Knights. Oh, the BKs. Y'all remember when MC Hammer was promoting British Knights? Showing my age. Y'all remember British Knights with MC Hammer? Oh, man. Y'all killing me in the chat right now, man. Sheila said, yes, facts. Oh, man. You know what? I've been going on here for a second. Here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to bring two people up right now. Rob's been hanging out for a second here in the green room. I had to get my spit off here. And I got my man, I'll bring Mikey up too as well. So let me bring both of them up here to the screen here. So we got Mike. What's going on? And I got my man, Robert. Let's see here. Let's unmute you. And let's unmute you. Oh, you guys got to unmute yourselves, guys.
My bad.
You guys had muted yourselves there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mike. And Robert is still mute as well. Let's see.
There we go.
Hey,
I had to put my
guys?
headphones in.
What's up, Rob?
Hey, the chat is popping tonight, guys. Check it out, man. Check it. It was Kumo D, not MC. Sorry. Hey, I got corrected. Thank you. I know what I remember, big man, about MC Hammer. He had his doll out. He had the Taco Bell commercial, you know. So he was doing so many big things. I screwed up on the BK. Thanks for the correction, though.
No, I thought he had BK also. He used to wear that. But remember when you had the double laces on the BK back in the days?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Double laces, baby. No, but like since going back to the Monique thing, look up her father. Look up Monique's father and put it up in the screen. If you want to. Yeah, so you know, you have to look at, you know, she's talking about all this stuff about she hasn't healed yet, like she's mad at her father and stuff like that. But you know, this is the thing where really people need to heal their past because it just creeps up in the future, in the present, and especially when it comes to relationships. So if her father, look at what she calls her husband,
Daddy.
Mm-hmm. She has some tremendous daddy issues. Now, if you look at her father, her father's photo, her father looks just like her husband.
You know what? Let me go pull these images up here and see if I can get a good one up here. My connection here. Well,
so this is just something where, like, when men or women go in a relationship, you know, with a significant other, you really have to look at the backstory of the family, because it is such an important thing. Because if a woman, and we'll just say the women right now, because Monique is the conversation here, it's that you can't just qualify a man just from his earnings. You can't just qualify a man just from what he's doing at this moment. You have to look at what happens in their past and what creates them. And so the fact is, for her as a woman, she is not fully healed, and it shows that. And unfortunately, we do see that with a lot of comedians, where some of the best comedians have some of the worst upbringings because they try to find a way to bring their that negative part of their life, because in a way negativity and in a way a lot of pain is some of the most funniest content that we put out there in the world. And because we can try to laugh at it, because that's sometimes the best way to have therapy in ourselves, is to laugh at the past that we have. But she unfortunately has not moved on from it, and she obviously just admitted in that in her video with her daddy that she did not forgive her father at all. And she then literally says her daddy equals DL Hughley. And by her saying that is, she's not, in a way, the way DL is going after her or said stuff about her, she was more reliving her own past and her own pain back in the days and incorporating that, which is probably one of the worst things. And just like in anything comedy, well, guess what? That's what they do. They rag on each other. That's why you have to have the better comeback. And it's funny how she can't handle that stuff, but she can dish it. And it's just the craziest thing when you see that stuff. And unfortunately, you do see that a lot with women, because how men attack men is through physical, where women attack men through emotional or by words. And they don't think about that. And so it's just crazy. But if you can't pull it up, Dave, anybody can Google it, Monique's father, and you put that father's face next to her husband right now, bald head, beard, same shape of a face and everything, it's a spitting image. And so that's why she's calling him daddy. And this is where men need to also understand, if your woman wants to call you daddy, run. Because that's daddy issues right there. If a woman wants to call her man daddy, run. It's no difference than when men tell a woman, that's right, baby, call me daddy. Right? That's in a way putting that woman in a place where saying, I'm in control. This is your daddy. So in a way, it goes both ways. You see a woman wanting to call you daddy instead of the typical baby or love or whatever affectionate type of terminology. If a woman says that to you and you're the man, if you know any better, there's daddy issues hidden there and you need to run. Never compete against a daddy, because the worst part about it is if the daddy was a bad man, anything that you do bad, she's going to relive her childhood, and you're just that common denominator that becomes the continual pain that exists in her life. But she'll stay with you because daddy is, she still needs her daddy, Crazy stuff.
I'm on mute here. I was trying to get my mics here. Interesting what you got there, man, on the daddy front. I just think that is
Mike,
just weird.
I even saw the picture, what you were saying about look at Monique's dad. I just saw the picture. I'm like, whoa.
Spitting image.
Yes. Utterly spitting image. Even the one that they show for his name and everything. I was looking at that photo. I'm like, it's almost a dead ringer. Just a little bit. That's it.
I was like, something is wrong here. There's a daddy issue here. And I was like, the moment she said that about DL Hughley was this, I was like, let me pull this up really fast. I knew something was up here. And I was like, yep, there it is. Evidence.
Yeah.
Hey, quick, man. Glad you joined on, man. What you got to chime in on this?
Man, I was sitting at right before I got on here. I was sitting at a bar eating a burger, laughing at you because you telling your old stories and shit. And I'm laughing at this whole ordeal with Monique. I'm like, I'm just laughing at this shit. I'm like, I'm spitting out the burger. I say, this lady's cat shit crazy. Because she's going back and forth, talking about, no, it had nothing to do with the contract. And he comes on, but the contract. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, are these people serious? But, The thing is, I'm sitting here watching because not only did D.L. Hughley call it out, and several other people in other comics called it out, that she has a problem. Now, if you're going to be on the upswing of trying to make a comeback and trying to get yourself together and trying to, bring some continuity back to yourself, you would rather go ahead and play it safe. Be positive, stay away from the negative, and stuff like that. But she just all of a sudden just went straight flat out toxic and started. She's looking for trouble. She's bringing trouble. She's bringing up old shit, which is it's unnecessary, and bringing negativity back to herself and having rants and shit. Not even finishing her set. Not one joke during her set, and it's really bad for her. I wouldn't be surprised if the people that she had went ahead and settled her problems with, which was Lee Daniels and 50 Cent, is giving her a little part of this show. I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and cut her ass short because theoretically she has not learned a lesson. She is very toxic. She is very toxic, and she's bringing that shit back in, and she's basically sabotaging herself. If you have every opportunity to go ahead and rebuild yourself, you would try to stay away from crazy shit, and now that, but try to stay focused on the positive and rebuild yourself. But even with her sitting there by herself, her old man is just as cuckoo as she is, because he's talking in circles. So she's linking up with him, and they both talking in circles. I hate to see what the sex is like between them two.
Why you got
Because the shit.
quick? We just got them talking about White Castles, and then you're gonna talk about the sex between them. You just fucked up my night now, man.
Now this is what
Daddy.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
man.
Quick.
I'm talking. We talking about.
going on in that bedroom.
I'm talking about Jewtown and pork chop sandwiches and White Castle slides, and then you bring up the sex between them. It's over. I can't sleep tonight.
I had to laugh
I
because
was thinking the same thing Quick was thinking. So
Monique sex tape coming out soon, right?
Yeah.
With Big Daddy, Big Daddy.
Oh no!
Yeah, they're gonna do
yeah,
some
it's not
toxic
gonna be meant
shit.
for men. It's gonna be meant for the women.
See, down here in New Orleans, we don't have White Castle. Well, out here we got Crystals, which is supposed to be similar burgers, but they call it Crystal burgers. But I was like, yeah, I remember the last time I ate a Crystal burger, my ass was shooting rockets like Uncle Buck's car.
Uncle Buck.
You remember that shit? Man, Uncle Buck shit. Pow! It would shake the whole neighborhood up.
He's like,
Oh man, the backfire, boy. Oh my god.
But
like
man, just the idea of them two having crazy sex on what the fuck they be doing. I bet it's some toxic. I bet their dogs walk around in circles backwards in that house because they got some crazy shit going on over there. All right, guys, I'm gonna pass it on to somebody else.
Okay. We got my man Rod in the house here joining on, man. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, glad to have you on, man. What you got for us tonight, man, on this?
Well, you know what? I don't really have that much to add about Monique per se, but I wanted to touch on this whole topic about protection, right?
Okay.
So let me preface everything by saying this. So I've been married for almost 14 years, and I have 2 kids. Both of them are girls. So it's within my best interest to protect Black women, right? But here's the thing. I wholeheartedly agree with you that I'm not a proponent for all. You see what I mean? And the reason why I can confidently say that, and I think I'm fair when I say that, and I say the same thing about men too, right? So if you just because you were born a male, that don't mean that you are entitled to have somebody to submit to you. You got to have certain characteristics and attributes that qualify to you to have a woman to submit to you. That's the way I feel. So I also feel the same way about a woman as well, is that you got to have certain characteristics and attributes about yourself that qualifies for you for protection, and that you, it obviously is in your best interest to be under covering of a man. So what I mean is that and for me, I guess because I've been out the game for so long, I kind of feel like it's a small subset of women that just being vocal. But I'm sure like a lot of people may disagree with that. But I don't have a dog in the fight right now with that. But the thing is that when you move as if you do what you want to do, say what you want to say, act how you want to act, and then you expect me to put on the cape, so to speak, and jump in front of the whole situation and protect you from the consequences. See, that's the part I have a problem with, is when there's a certain subset of women who act like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Exactly.
And so I'm not into trying to protect the honor of the dishonorable. You see what I mean? So you have to, it's got to be some type of structure and order with that. So the thing is that for me, if you are, be out here and you being, unruly and can't nobody tell you nothing because you got a degree and you don't want to listen to nobody because, I ain't your daddy and all that stuff like that, then that's where I got to be like, hey, you know what I mean? You do what you need to do, but don't expect me to just jump in front of these bullets from you like that if you can't listen. So here's the thing, because a lot of times when women ask, they talk about, okay, what they want a man for, obviously they talked about protecting, providing and things like that. A lot of times they talk about protecting, they mostly think about, okay, if somebody try to break in the house and you protect them from that. But a lot of times too, most times protection is me actually giving you some game, speaking into your life and giving you some game and letting you know, like, hey, this ain't the right move and things like that. Because I know who I am, and I earn that right to be able to speak into my wife's life and be like, hey, this is not the right move, and here's how we need to be doing. And thankfully for me, I have the right one to where I don't have those type of issues. But a lot of cases, sometimes if you don't act like you can't listen to a black man, you can't listen to your brother, whatever it is. A lot of times you just listen. That can keep you out of a lot of situations. But a lot of times, hey, like unfortunately, there is a small subset of our sisters here who feel like, hey, I ain't gotta listen to you. I'm gonna do what I want to.
Let me just push back. It ain't small. It's large, man. It
But
ain't
hey,
small.
and like I said,
that's my only pushback. It ain't small.
Like I said, I understand that people may disagree with that. And like I said, hey, at the end of the day, I'm out the game. Like I've known my wife for almost 20 years, been married for almost 14. So it's like I've been out the game for a long time. You see what I mean?
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'm not going, like I said, in that situation, with the dating aspect, I don't have no dog in the fight, but I do feel confident enough that because I know I've shown the ability to successfully cooperate with a black woman for all these years and things like that, that I know that is definitely possible out there. You just got to, just like we tell women that they have to, vet the people and, make, good choices, things like that. And we got to do the same thing, make sure we properly vet the females, make sure they're the right ones on the line, get on your program and what you're trying to do out here. Make sure you put yourself in the right situation so that you can attract the type of female that you want. Because I had to do the same thing, even though I know my wife for almost 20 years, we'll do those dating periods. We had on and off periods and stuff like that because I met her in college and stuff. But the thing is like when I was out there doing some things, other things that I wanted to do and stuff like that, I was running into the wrong type of women. I had to actually sit back then and question, like, man, why am I running into these type of chicks? And I had to be like, man, it's just how I'm moving out here, and I'm moving funny out here, and I'm getting the results that I'm getting. So I know that applies to all the, everybody across the board. You just gotta, make sure that you properly vetting, and then making sure that you putting yourself in the right position to attract the type of people you want. Then all you need is one anyway. You don't need 30 of them, right? So. But that's just my thing, man. That's pretty much all I want to add on the situation.
I appreciate that, man. No doubt. Reason why to chime in, and I say I don't believe in absolutes. When I say
Right.
believe all women or believe in all black women, and I was literally thinking about this before I came online, is because you're literally gonna have people, women, who hear this and could use that to their advantage. Even the most sincere person, the most sincere woman can say, hey, you know what? Let me just get out of this for a second. They're going to believe me anyway. It's insincere when you do these things here, because anybody can be corrupted knowing that you have a get out of jail free card. Knowing that, believe me, always. And then it could be a situation where that, yes, we got, believe because something happened. But then there are so many occasions that we see, and it's like, yo, how many times you guys should see my emails. You guys should see some of the comments I get when the guys come to me and say, hey, Dave, you just don't know what I went through. Do this ringer here, X, Y, and Z. And so we're telling women, believe them at all times. And then I have the men privately send me emails saying, Dave, this happened and this happened. So we can't have absolutes, because even someone who has the most goodwill heart is going to take that get out of jail free card. They're going to use that to their advantage. And then eventually, when you know you have that card at all times, it just keeps building and building. And then next you know, you're using it for everything then. Oh, let me get in the front of the line here. Oh, this date didn't work out. Oh, he touched me. Everything, the snowball becomes a boulder, because you put an absolute saying that this has to happen all the time. And I say no. I take it on a case-by-case basis now. Now, if I know you personally, I can give you the benefit of doubt when I hear the initial, but then if you're going to give me the details, and then if I break down them details like I do a reaction video and it sounds fucking funny, I'm like, hey, yo, I don't care if we peoples or not, you fucking up. So that's why I say I don't believe all. I had a conversation with my family, and I know it went haywire last week when they had the nerve to tell me, not nerve, I should say, they had the audacity to tell me, I sound like you hate women. No, I hold people accountable, and I don't put absolutes on it, because when you do that, and next year, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, be brought down quick down in a hurry. Because I used to think like if they rock with me, I have to put a little extra into them, and I learned even some people, you rock with them, got to be careful. You can't put an absolute, because we're human beings. We're imperfect, and sometimes we're going to see that little slither and try to make sure we open that up to get through the whole fucking window.
Yeah, you know what the thing is, what's funny is that I was just having a conversation with my daughter this morning. My oldest, she's 11. And, she do like what kids normally do, you know what I mean, where they kind of not try to tell the truth on things a little bit. And so we had a conversation. It wasn't so much about her being a woman, but this is just about character in general. It's just like, you can't be out here developing a habit of where you're telling us stuff and then me, your mother, and your father do not believe you. That is something that, then like you lie 5 or 6 times about something. Then when you finally come and tell us the truth about something, then we don't believe you. Then you wonder why. It's like, no, this is more about a character thing. It's just like we're trying to instill in her, be like, look, this is not who we are. This is not who we represent. We are a family who are truthful, and this is how we roll. And so we just really broke down, had a conversation about this morning, because it's like, you just lying about stuff for no reason, like when the truth will do. And so as a parent, you got to step in and break those habits and be like, I don't need you moving like this, because if something does happen to you, then I'm probably going to be ready to tear the block up, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't need to be out here tearing the block up and you to make something up, you know what I mean? So I need to make sure that you're on the right page, because that's the thing. As a parent, my true instinct is going to be like, okay, I want to believe you and go into that protection mode, and I don't want to question you and put you in a situation where, oh, my daddy didn't believe me and stuff like that. No, but I need you to be moving the right way and to be doing the right things. And so, I mean, I know we were talking about women in general, but as I'm, raising a daughter to be out here and how to move, is just having proper character in general. I mean, this is what I'm trying to instill. So, but I'm going to jump off here real quick, guys. I've been out here chilling on this patio for a minute. So, brother, got to get some sleep, hit the workforce. But I appreciate y'all, man. Dave, it's good content, man. And I'll jump on another one here or there. You know what I mean? So, it's all good, bro.
I appreciate you jumping on, Rob, man. You have a good night, man. I appreciate your insights, man, and the commentary. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that was right there. I just want to piggyback on what he was saying there. And to add, the reason why I don't believe in absolutes, it came from someone, like, I won't say it's a family or a friend member, but it was actually a guy who I rocked with. and something happened about 15 years ago. I almost got into a fight rocking with him. I'm like, nah, this ain't going down, because I ran to someone who he had a problem with, and I confronted the person, and it was going back and forth with us. We didn't fight, but it got heated that way. But when I got all the details later, it took like 2 years later when I got all the details, and came to find out, yo, my peoples was in the fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I went to back, because I always looked at it as if I'm with you, I'm a soldier. You know, I'm going in. And then I realized, it's like, nope, Dave, you can't do that. You a soldier. You know what happens to soldiers that get put on the front line? They get shot first.
The funny thing about it is,
Hey, am I right? Am I right or wrong on that?
and you're right.
You cannot. I learned you cannot be a frontline soldier for everybody, because you're gonna get bang bang, and then next you know you laid out clipped, and then they sitting there looking at you like, hey, thanks for taking them bullets from me. You motherfucker lied. I took the bullets for the wrong reason. I went to war on the wrong lie. You know.
Yeah, there's always something that happens, whether it's a very serious altercation, or maybe somebody actually get killed or hurt, and it always will stem back to somebody who hurt some woman or hurt her feelings by saying words or something, and she will go ahead and be like, I don't like him, I don't like the way he said something, and she'll turn around and tell somebody else to make the story sound worse than what it is, and she will book a fight. And next thing you know, she done booked the fight for something that's not serious. And it always will turn out to be, whether it's going to turn out to be either fists will be thrown, or somebody will get shot and somebody will get killed. And the whole thing will span all the way back to some woman's feelings. She got in her feelings because somebody said something that she didn't like, to where this person ended up dying. But it's always there's always a story where she said, he said, somebody did this to her, and the story will pass all the way along to so a lot of people get hurt, or a lot of people get killed because somebody got in their feelings, and usually 9 times out of 10 is usually the women that be in their feelings, and sometimes you got to be real careful of who you're dealing with, especially when somebody's trying to come to you and tell you, hey, this guy did this to me. And next thing you know, you start getting your feelings because this person is real close to you, and you want to defend her, or if you really are with this person, you will want to go defend her honor, or to protect her in some type of way. And you go there, you get shot, and you wonder why you get shot. You say, oh, because he told me this. You got me killed because of this? And it's not that serious? But it happens. It really do happen. But some people need to go ahead and pay attention to who they're dealing with, and all of that. But don't go leaping into situations without knowing what's really going on. Because first thing that come out my mouth is, well, such and such did this to me, and I'm like, and what did you tell him, and what transpired, what happened? And you want to know the facts before you go out there and you put your life on the line for something that might be some bullshit. Because
And that's a great point there, Quick, because when I had my situation last week, Mike, me and Mike talked about a certain situation I went through on Sunday. And one of the things I took accountability on, I told Mike, I see you, Mike, when I talk, I can get animated, and I get to these levels here. So when I was giving Mike the information of what I was going through, so to make sure that I have proper information that he's going to give to me, I didn't want to make it seem like it was one-sided, what I was going through here. I let Mike say, Mike, you know how I get. So I prefaced that so he can see in how we were having this conversation. I don't want to be the type of person that's like, yo, this happened X, Y, Z, and I'm the victim. When I want someone to give me counsel, or someone's going to give me feedback, you guys know how I get, especially Mike. And so you're going to know, okay, I know how Dave gets. This is how he probably acts here. Now let me get more information from Dave here regarding how this went down here. So most people don't do that. I make sure I do that so I can get that feedback in there, because sometimes people be like, Dave, it ain't that serious. You think you're this way, and it's not. And in situations like, yo, Dave, you were a little bit extra that time. I like to preface that, but people don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Go in guns blazing, rocking with it, and then when you talk about it, it's like, yo, this person wronged me. This person did this to me. What'd you do? This person, what'd you do? What'd you say? How did it start off? Were you disrespectful? How was your tone? You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have been wrong. He should have been wrong. But how did you interact with it as well? Y'all both could have been in the wrong on both sides of the street. He just probably came and had the bigger knife. So you're right, quick on that. I wholeheartedly agree. It's getting late here, so I want to get to Mike here. Mike, did you have any? I'm backwards here. Mike, you got any additional comments on here?
No, I think Quick made a perfect thing by saying find out what the facts are first, like that before you start get your feelings, because you have to understand is that when a woman she gets hurt, and no offense to the ladies, but let's just talk about the emotional aspect of things. When the emotion starts hitting, a lot of women forget what the real facts are, and they elaborate on the whole thing, and sometimes something that is something wrong kind of gets made so big. And so men needs to jump in and ask the right questions to be able to understand the truth. And this is where a lot of women get in so much trouble of the fact that when women go, and I said this earlier, women go after each other through words. And what happens is that's how women attack each other. They say hurtful things. They use the words to make another woman feel bad, or they actually use that on men as well. But understand that women need to understand that when we have our arguments, we know one thing is that if I open up an argument with another man, there is potential for actual violence to occur. And so I also have to watch what I'm saying, is because at any given time, just because I think I'm a badass, that doesn't mean that this other man cannot whoop mine. And so there's that common understanding between men that we can end up in a violent situation. So we have to address things the right way. Women don't understand that. This is how and so sometimes when women become more masculine, when they have the more masculine frame, it's so funny how a lot of them, you see a lot of these videos where these high school kids are like yelling at boys, hitting them nonstop. And the boy is just like saying, no, stay away from me, stay away from me. And then all of a sudden she keeps on slapping the boy. I've seen so many of these videos, and the boy finally turns, grabs the girl and flips her upside down, and then all of a sudden she's crying, oh my God, why would the man do that to me? Listen, I don't condone any violence at all. That's not me. I will never say, but for women sometimes to think that men should not hit women. I'm not saying you should hit a woman, but for women think there's no reason for a man to hit a woman. There's plenty of reasons. Let's just go back to what Bill Burr said in one of his jokes. There's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. It's just a man, we know better that if we lift our fingers, we can harm someone. And we shouldn't do that. We have to give the respect to protect the women as much as possible. But if a woman finds the wrong man, who's not raised right, who doesn't learn better, or who can't hold himself back more because he feels that he's been violated so much, he will go on an attack. And that's the most unfortunate thing that happens. But this whole thing where they can attack men nonstop and all of a sudden not feel the pushback or the hit back on how men are. You want to play the man game, be prepared to get hit like a man. Don't think that you're not going to get hit. And so if you just go look at what DL Hughley's doing to her, he's holding back. He could go crazy at her, but you know what? He's bringing out the receipts. He's bringing out the facts. He's bringing out the logical way and putting step-by-step logical reasoning, whereas she's going on attack where she feels to, going after the family, going after certain, his manhood and everything like that, using his name against him, using DL. Well, what does DL mean? So this is where women don't understand. You want to play the masculine game, understand that when men hit back, it's going to hurt more. I'm sorry. That's just how life is. And if you can't take it, don't play the game. That's all I can say on that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, appreciate that, Mike. I'm going to drop you off here. I'm going to let you, that was your final word for the night. Your boy's getting tired. I still got to do a few more things to end the show out. So thank you, Mike, for that, man. I'm going to catch you on the next live stream.
I'm outie.
Peace out, Mike.
Quick,
All right,
Robert.
man.
Later.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
Robert, you got any final words before I let you go?
Oh, sure. When mentioned about the Monique and everything else about all men should defend women, it reminds me of I was watching a clip with the TSA at an airport. The woman's like, "Oh, look at this man beating me," and it was a security guard. No man was even batted an eye. We're like, one guy said you deserved it in the clip I saw. Then I was also listening to I was just listening to another video today, and like the same spiel about women should be protected. And one guy's like, "Why would men protect you when you demonize them left, right, and center? You give them a reason not to defend you, protect you, or anything." So it's like, come on, put two and two together. If you demonize men, men are not going to protect you. Then you're going to have to start fighting like men to realize where you are in the scale of life, pretty much.
The thing is that a lot of these masculine women always want to try. If they know that there's several guys hanging around, especially guys that they know is going to protect them, they will rather go over and go poke a bear and keep poking at the bear and messing with the bear and getting the bear face and smack the bear. And as soon as the bear turn around and slap the skin off her ass, she turns around and play victim, crying, "You need to come help me. He's going to."
And then her boyfriend looks and sees that. He's like, he turns around and runs.
Yeah,
I've seen that before. They see how they're like, "Oh crap, he's bigger than me. No, thank you. I'm gone."
You know, and they get mad because they done threw out the masculinity. They call out the fight. They ask for the fight, and once the fight comes to them, they want somebody to protect them. Then, and I'm like, hell no, I'm not gonna protect something like that because you want it to be masculine. You want it to be the man. You want to go ahead and have the fight. Go have your fight. Deal with it. Oh, but you're supposed to be. I ain't gotta do shit. You're on your own. You called for this fight. You, Don King, and the rest of them witches on the side had called for this fight. You called for the fight. You deal with it. Put on your gloves and go to work. And if you get knocked out, if you survive, I probably might drag you home to your mama. Bring you home to your family. Or if it's that bad, I'll bring you over to the hospital and I'll say what happened. But don't think I'm going to cover for you because you asked for the fight. You booked it.
Yeah,
you booked this fight.
I would just put a toe tag on her and call it over.
Yeah. It is what it is. Because the funny thing about it is, I run into these situations all the time where, these ladies, come off very, very masculine. And I'm like, wow, this shit is very, very surprising.
Uh-huh. I only see it once in a while where I live, but also I have a lot of Hispanic families around me, and most of the women are very feminine. It's like I don't see it. I didn't see that often where I'm originally from, so it's like, wow, it's nice to see women actually wearing dresses, acting ladylike, even if they're dressed in regular clothes that normally all these modern women are wearing, but they're very decent, very kind and courteous. I'm like, okay, this is decent. I can sit back, relax. I don't have to worry about much of anything.
Man, this was kind of my story time, Uncle Quick.
Oh, God.
Man, this reminds me of the time I had hooked up with this girl named Latasha.
Oh no!
She don't watch this shit anyway.
I have a bad feeling. That's all. I'm like, oh no.
This is back in like the late '80s, early '90s. I was driving a 1981 Datsun 210.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, it's an '81 Datsun 210. That car didn't even have a dashboard, and the seats were made out of duct tape. And the only type of music that I had was a boom box that I would take and throw it on the back seat. That's the only radio that I had was a boom box because the car was a pile of shit. But the thing is, when we were kids, all we knew was we wanted a car. So I would cut every yard in the neighborhood. Yeah, cut every yard in the neighborhood. I came up with the $200 and bought that car from my neighbor. And that car was a pile of shit. But guess what? The car is a little two-door car, only supposed to hold like 3 or 4 people. We would pile about 10, 9, 10 of us would be in that motherfucker rolling deep. We didn't give a shit. As long as we had a car, we were gone. That's what back in the days when you can go to the mall and hang out and uh, roller skating rings and bowling alleys and stuff like that. And you just roll up and be like, we got a car. And the girls would be like, oh my God, they got a car. We don't have to catch the bus. We can just ride with them. But I hooked up with this girl, Natasha. Now, Natasha, she was very sweet and she had a crazy cousin. She was very aggressive. Everywhere she went around booking fights herself. And I told Natasha, see, you need to leave your cousin, let her be, because everywhere we go, she always get into toxic situations, always trying to get us into fights and carry it on. So she didn't listen to me. Next thing you know, I get a call. Hey, quick, why don't you come over here and come get us? Because we ran from somewhere and we're somewhere safe. I get there when I get to Tasha's house. She had like a whole patch of hair has been snatched out. I was like, good God, what happened? Well, my cousin did so. I said, your cousin's always getting you into some shit. I said, tell you what, Tasha, just get in the car. I'll bring you home. And her cousin, well, what about me? You got to ride on the bumper because you ain't getting in this fucking car. Yeah, well, I don't like you. Well, that's fine. Keep it pushing. So I get in the car, take Tasha back to the house. I'm patching her up, right? So she's getting all sentimental and want to get real close up to quick and want a little something. Now I was a little slim guy. I was slim and trim. I was a pretty boy. Had my little high top fade. Had my little flat top. I had my little jabots on.
Oh, wow.
Had some jabots on with my one of my little polo shirts and shit. I was decked out, bruh. So Tasha said, "Look, let's go ahead, let's do a little something, have a little sex." I said, "Oh, let's get to it." We get down, start doing the do. She said, "Hey, but I want you to go down there on me." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." You seem like a
Oh
nice
God.
lady. I get down and something told me, look down there first. I looked down there. She had a piece of brown toilet paper on her rear end. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like,
Ah.
oh my God, that's still there. So she flicks it off and say, well, come on. And I'm like, wait a minute, you don't just flick that shit off and think I'm gonna still go down there. I got up and I walked out. I got in that car and just I hauled it, man.
Oh my
Yeah, grab your
God.
hat, grab your jacket, grab the bag, and got the hell out of there.
Yeah. So for
Oh.
years, all she do is she called me for years. Quick, why don't you come around? Quick, why don't you come around? And all the toilet paper, that brown toilet paper, still sets in my head every time I look at her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I
I don't
can't
blame
do
you.
it. Won't do it.
I can't come behind there if you doo-doo butt.
Yeah, quick. That's almost like 40 years ago, man. That's almost 40 years, and it's still
Yeah.
stuck in your brain.
Yeah, I can't do it,
Hey,
bro.
hey, I don't blame
I
you,
don't
man.
blame you,
You
Quick.
you right there at the finish line. You
Oh
right there
yeah.
about to get it in, and then you see that like that sticks with you. It's like you messed up my buns glazing night because you can't clean properly. You got a nasty ass. Oh my God!
And she
You
want.
you look at dudes like that. You should be like my 14-year-old nephew or something like that. Not a grown ass woman that I'm trying to get get the buns glazed. No. Oh,
Man, she's always, hey,
sorry.
quick,
Whew.
when are we gonna get together? And I'm like, I got shit to do. I
And it's
know
not
what you want,
you.
but it ain't happening.
I got stuff to do and it ain't you.
Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom for 3 hours. Read the newspaper.
On that note, I'm gonna let both of y'all go, man. Quick
Yeah.
and Robert, man, that is a crazy story, man. Keep them coming for the next lives, bro. Lord have mercy. Hey, thanks for hopping on, man. I
No
appreciate both
problem.
of y'all, man.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Oh my God. Good night, y'all. Woo. That was Robert, and then that was Quick. Woo, boy. So I'm gonna end off here. Before I end off, though, I didn't get to the ending part here. I'm not gonna play no more of the Monique video. Okay, I played enough of that. There's probably like another 25 minutes of rambling and that BS here. What I want to do is actually pull up D.L. Hughley's daughter's response here, because throughout this whole ordeal, Monique is going in talking about how, she wants to protect sisters and I didn't disrespect the mother. I didn't do this and that here. And that is far from it, because that's all you do is put D.L. Hughley's family in your mouth. Now, before I pull this up here, here's what I have to say. If you got a problem with someone, you go to that problem. You don't bring other people, their family into the mess here. It's one-on-one. You don't bring the wife into it. You don't bring the daughter into it. No, you got beef with me. You got a problem with me. You bring it here. You don't go outside the lines here. So every time that Monique keeps saying, why you're going here? Why you going here? Because you went beyond the lines. You got a problem with DL, but you want to make your point by bringing other family members and other people in your tribe, your people who rock with you, are saying, nah, that's fucked up. Because it is fucked up. Because it wasn't the wife or the daughter said shit about you. No. So I need to I'm going to bring this up here. Before I do, though, we got my man Z with the $2, man, just supporting the tribe. Appreciate you, bruh. Support. Hey, you guys, they have the super feature, there's super stickers, there's super chats, and there's super thanks. Just let you guys know, you guys can support the supers even when we're not live premiere. I see them and I recognize them, and also the Cash App as well. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Z. Thank you very much. Let me pull this response up here from Steve Harvey's, not Steve Harvey, he was involved. Let me pull up the article here from D.L. Hughley's daughter. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Let's go ahead and let StreamYard get this share going here. Let's see. Here we go. All righty. You know what? I'll minimize myself here so I can read this here, guys. Let's do this here. Here we go. Now let me pull this up here. So this is actually from a Facebook and Instagram post. I blew it up, so can't highlight it, but I'll read it out here. It says here, I am Ryan Nicole Shepard, D.L. Hughley and LaDonna Hughley's eldest daughter. You've now publicly disrespected my mother, who I love and care very much, and my baby sister, who I love and care very much, to get back at my father, who I love and respect and care for very much. At this point, I feel like you're asking my family and myself to act out of character. Out of all the things you could have legitimately said about my dad, if that's the route that you wanted to take, you chose to be deliberately mean and hurtful to two black women who have nothing to do with this conversation, using my mama and my sister to show people my father's character only shows how little mental stability, dignity, morality, and respect you have, not only for yourself, but for other black women. You clearly 2 crayons short of the full box, sis. You're disgusting, and you absolutely need to keep every single member of my family's name out of, we'll see here, whoops. Flip the screen. Okay, out of your poisonous mouth. Not because you can do us harm, you can't, but because you are adding to this historical and systematic disrespect and trauma of other black women who you claim to love. And for what? A check? You're bringing up trauma for a concept lineup discrepancy? All you've done is proving that you have no moral compass. Nothing is too far in your quest to prove a point, and I am blessed that my parents raised children who have no idea how you could possibly go here. We Hughleys are going to have a good-ass day and a blessed life. We are healed. We are whole, and we love each other fiercely and deeply. You can continue to live in that scorched earth kingdom of yours. Get some help, ma'am, for real. Oh, and if you want to have this conversation in person, I'll happily give you my address. when the daughter says, I'll happily give you my address, she's saying, pull up. She said, pull up. But did you see how I'm ending the show here? I started off with DL's response. That was from last week. Then all this fodder back and forth here. Now, if this was the response that I saw yesterday morning, I wouldn't have came up last night, but I was just too tired. I had a lot of things going on. But like Z said here, man, I pulled up the chat here. What'd you say here? Like Ric Flair? Woo! I feel you, bro. This is the daughter. This is the oldest sister. We're talking about the allegation of the assault that's going on here. Here is what I want to drive home to close out the show here. If the family is not asking you for support or help, and you're not even a close friend of the family, who the fuck are you to want to shine a light on something? Seriously, people. Monique is not close to DL. Let's repeat. When DL talking about that time they broke bread and feet on the table was 25 years ago. Man, Michael Jordan was still playing the NBA, winning his 5th NBA championship in 97. I was a junior in high school in 97, or senior, depending on what time of the year it was. And you want to talk like this, like you're the agent. You're the one that wants to have this conversation. You're the one that wants to push this narrative about supporting her and her husband, daddy, want to support this narrative of believing all black women when clearly out of your own mouth, you said that your original grievance wasn't even with the contract. You just wanted to air him out and want to have this conversation because he reminds you of your dad. No. You, like Dio said, you are an arsonist. You want to set flame to not only the stage, but to Dio's career to elevate yourself. She went ahead and did this so that because of the fact that she's on a TV show and she's not had this much positive publicity in a long time. Lee Daniels apologized to her. She got on a TV show. Before these last two items here, where was Monique? Getting talked about, getting shitted on, of course, because of her own actions. And now that she saw an opportunity and she's trying to seize the moment, she's trying to keep her name in the headlines, whether it's positive or negative, hoping this will stick here while she does other comedy dates. And then, of course, when the new season of Power comes out, then here I am front and center on TV. Doesn't work that way here. We see right through it, and her own fans are seeing through it. And it's bad when the family's got to step up and saying, yo, the conversation's supposed to be between you and my dad, not us. Why we brought into this here? You're the celebrity and you're talking. And then here's the irony, because D.L. Hughley's family was sad up to this point here. Then we heard Monique and her daddy talking about the whole video when Monique's own fan is saying, why the fuck are you talking? It shouldn't have been him talking. It should have been Monique talking. Because of his talking, he's on his poetry slam all around the world word salad here, not making no sense. And then he literally brought it back to the point of the deal memo when Monique came out and began saying it wasn't about the contract. So why am I saying that? They are too clearly want to be on the same page, but they didn't talk this out, so they're not on the same page. They're divided on that note. Why bring up the deal memo if Monique said it wasn't about that? See all that word salad and mix it in here? Doesn't work right here. And that's why I respect D.L. Hughley in this instance here. I've seen so much growth, and D.L.'s not a perfect man. I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, I rock with D.L. 100%. I'm a fan of his comedy. I paid tickets to see him perform. And you know what, though? I got my money's worth. You know, though, he said things that I don't agree with. He said things that I don't align with. You know, he's even spoken out about Kevin Samuels, you know, and then when he went out and spoke about Kevin Samuels, you can tell that it was from an outside perspective, basically someone who doesn't really watch Kevin Samuels that much. But that showcase that I don't rock with him all the time, but he is a man and he has ideas that I do agree with. So when I see someone who's being attacked in this way, it makes no sense. Monique had no plan of action. Here's the one thing when she talked about 50 Cent being a real dude, at least when 50 trolls, he has a plan on the troll. There is businesses set up. He has marketing in play. Everything is deliberate because he has something in motion to troll to put that on. There's a reason why 50 is good at what he does. Like I said, he's only about himself, but he's about himself in his business, that trajectory he moves in a way that gets business done. Monique is just talking shit to be talking shit. It's damn shame, guys. It's damn shame. You know, I'm really hoping that I'm done with this Monique situation right now. I had to play, part of that rebuttal there of the, whoops, lost my screen here. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. I lost, what Monique's doing here is more harm than good. If you really had a problem with DL, come to DL. If you're really smart and if your daddy knew better, you have a YouTube channel and then you could be on here every day just like me or other content creators, and she could be getting money talking about this shit here instead of wasting people's money at concert events with not having any content and basically wasting people's time talking about how DL's this bad person. If he's really this bad person, then here's my thing. Let me add this here. If he was really this bad person, you want to claim that you knew about this day before, but this is old news. If he was really this bad person, why would you even work with him? I'm sorry. If he is just bad person, horrible human being, the black community has to heal. He reminds me of my father, who's a horrible person. Why are you even wanting to work with him on the comedy tour? Because we know you're lying and we don't believe you that this brother Ali, Shaheed Muhammad, Mustafa, Akbar, Ali, Shabazz, Napier, whatever his name is, gave daddy this information the night before. I don't agree with it. I don't believe it. Don't rock with it. I'm sorry. Don't believe you, Monique. So this person that's so horrible, that is so dastardly, that he's not protecting women, but you went ahead and signed a contract to share the stage with him in Detroit. I'm sorry. If I know somebody that does not align with my values, that does not align with my culture to a degree where that I just do not see us, that I could be in the same room with you, we don't align, I'm not working with you. I am not going to break bread with you in that manner. I can respect you from afar. Say, hey, you do you, I'm going to do me. We're men, or like you're a woman, whatever it is. But that's not how I roll. So as long as we don't got to interact, then we're cool then. You stay over there, I'm stay over here. But I'm not going to go ahead and get on the contract and then jump the stage and do this here, whether if I'm the headliner or not. I don't care if that person's opening act and then there's 4 other acts and then I come on last. If this person does not align with me, I am not working with them because they're independent contractors and she could have chose what she want to do. But here's the thing. Nobody works with Monique. DL gave a lifeline. He had no idea she had a problem with him. He said that she never had an issue. He was like, in the past, he used personal situations that he never had a problem with dictate his business acumen, which was wrong. And he owned up to that. He admitted to it. He said it's an occupational hazard to work with Monique. So, say all this to say to close out the show here. What does this mean for us guys and women who's still here? Or if you're catching the replay, who we align with, who's in our circle, who's in our tribe, who do we talk and interact with on a daily basis, whether it's families, friends, or associates? They're going to rub off on us for the good or for the bad. So if we're seeing people who don't align with us in the right manner, we need to cut them loose. If you have a Monique in your circle, this is only going to be for the bad because she runs in the victim Olympics. Everyone is always doing her bad. Now, I can understand if you had a he say, she say, or she say situation with 1 or 2 people and that was it. You only know the inner workings with that person. But for her career to go from Oscar to this here, you have to look in the mirror. You have to look at the person who you are and how you're engaging with people to see why you're here and everybody else is over here. Why is the entire comedy world, male or female comics, are against Monique? There is not one comic that is in support of her. Now, there's women in the entertainment industry who are supporting the Me Too and saying, yeah, we need to protect all women, but take them out of the equation here. We're talking about comics, her own. She said that the stage is mine. Her own people she rocked the stage with, the Steve Harveys, Ricky Smiley, for crying out loud. Okay, pull up. I don't have time here tonight. I may do a reaction video, maybe a little bit old on Corey Holcomb. He is very vulgar, but he made valid points. My job when I get on stage is to kill. I ain't think about no other drama. Lawyers can handle that. When I get on the stage, my job is to do my job. And that is to tell these jokes in this vulgar way. And basically said that, Monique, you had no jokes. So that is why you delivered what you delivered. You had no material. You had an you had another agenda to bring down somebody else to elevate and prop yourself up. So guys, we have to be careful about people like this in our circle. And the reason why I talk so hard about this, I had a family member who I used to rock with tight, a cousin, thick as thieves. You would thought we were brothers and not cousins. Don't know if you've seen this or not. And I hope he does see this. Rocked with him to rock. And the reason why I'll say like I was a soldier. And you know what happens when you a soldier? You get on the front lines, you get shot first. It didn't matter what's going on. This is my man, 50 grand. And I used to go hard in the paint for my man. And you know what? This dude was always lying. He may not say he's not, but it hit the fan when I caught him in a deliberate lie when he was the only person I told information to. And then when the information got out, when I came back to him and I said, hey, did you say anything? And he said no, which was a clear-cut lie because he was the only one and there was no one else in the room because I was in the car driving. So he was the type of person, I'm not going to call him a Monique, but he had actions like a Monique. And I loved this dude. But when I realized like, yo, you going to do this? Same reason why DL said I had no personal problems with her. Why should I hinder something because this never happened to me? The same thing I thought with my boy here, my family member. I thought nothing ever happened, so why should I worry? And you know what? You let your guard down for the wrong people because we're not paying attention to these characteristics, these red flags. And you know what happens? Bang, bang, you get shot. And you know what happens when I found this out? We were never the same. May nod my head and see you in passing, but someone who I consider so tight, I can't trust you. Because though your actions are questionable. You're moving away. That's not the way responsible human beings should move like that. You're lying just to be lying. You're making up stories like Monique here. Not cool. We don't need that in our lives here because you know what's going to happen? We're going to start acting like that. We're going to start moving like that. We're going to start thinking, hey, believe me. And then you know what's going to happen? We're going to move in the victim Olympics. And then, we're going to wonder why people ain't rocking with us and wonder why our work's not getting done. See, if you're on your job and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you may lose people going to the top. But if you ain't doing what you're doing, you'll lose everybody because they're going to the top and you're going to the ashes because you're just blowing out all kinds of spit, fire, and venom. Like Deal said, you're an arsonist. Gonna burn down with it. If we're working and building, we're gonna be here while everybody's watching us from the top here. I bring this up here. We gotta watch our association. We gotta watch our tribe. We gotta watch who we roll with, who we associate with. We're too old to be dealing with childish games. We're grown adults and real life is crazy. We seen what's going on all day, every day here. So I say, hey, we see people like Monique. She's a cautionary tale to say, you know what? If you see someone like this in your circle, cut it out. Ain't even a point of even having a conversation because this is who they are. No point in dealing with it. Just keep it moving and rebuild your tribe. Or maybe just need to shrink the tribe just a little bit small here. We ain't in high school. You don't need a gang of friends. We all working, trying to get this money. Just need a few select people to rock with and roll with to keep elevating you to move to the next level here. Not this dastardly stuff that Monique's doing. So just remember, people, friends, family, you see this? Let's keep it moving. Don't need this in our lives. This is nothing but toxic behavior that's only going to ruin us. We don't need that. I need y'all to pour into me like I pour into y'all. Man, let me get to this chat here. I was talking for a minute here and about to close the shot here. It's getting late here, guys. Didn't know I was going to go this long on a Monday night. What does Mike say? I love that man as well, Dave. Sucks that ships got messed up. Hey, Mike knows him. He's my boy, too. See, I've known Mike for a long time. And in actuality, I had no problem openly talking about this. I met Mikey through this family member. It's the irony how the one that's my family member and me and Mike are still rocking now. You know, people move. We see how people move. And just because that we've rocked forever don't mean we stay rocking forever. You know, people in their questionable moves, man. It's one thing if you slip up now and again, but when it's continuous, that's who you are. Great close, Dave. Hey, man, I'm just keeping it up, man. I'm just talking. I'm spitting real. One thing about my channel, guys, it's no fluff. I'm not making no stuff up. I'm little by little, you're going to hear a little bit about me. I'm going to open up because this is not about being fake whatsoever. I'm going to tell you guys real experience of what I'm dealing with here. And my experiences could be similar to yours that may help you talk about it or move on, or you may be able to deal with your situation better than how I dealt with it. I've had situations I know I went through, and it's like, man, I look back, I know I can handle it differently. I talk about it because someone can hear it and be like, yo, I'm going through the same thing too. And you might move just a little bit differently, and boom, you don't have the same situation or same results I had. So that's why I have no problem little by little opening up, because I'm a real human being. I'm a guy. I fucked up. I've lost friends. I've gained friends. I've moved up and done good things. I've messed up and done bad things. I've made questionable mistakes being young and dumb in my 20s, of course. I was young and dumb. I shouldn't have messed with that girl. Wish I never met her at all. Sorry. Bishop Eddie, what's up, man? You coming on late to the tribe, man. Been going on for 3 hours. But I'm glad you're here, though. I know everybody got to work. Everybody got lives. You go on YouTube and you see me. That's cool. But yeah, I just want to state that to everybody, that everybody more than likely has had a male or female Monique in your circle. Watch these red flags, guys. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. We building in 2022 here, going 2023. We about getting money, and we about getting better people, and we about being overall just building and being astute people, just growing, y'all. So, man, I'm about to get out of here, guys. It's 11 o'clock my time. So that means it's midnight on the East Coast. I don't know if I'm doing any more Monday live streams. I had the cam up, though, to talk about this. So need you guys to comment, like, subscribe, click on the bell notification below. Help you boy with the algorithm. I'll be back with some reaction videos tomorrow. I did drop a reaction video today because I was live streaming today, so we'll be back with some live streams tomorrow. Don't know I'm going to drop tomorrow, though. I got some ideas picked out, I got to see what is going to work for you guys and, what you're going to rock with and things of that nature. But, man, I appreciate you guys rocking with me, man, and coming on this live stream. I can guarantee, though, I don't know what the next live stream during the week, but I am planning the next live stream for Saturday. Okay, I know I talk on Saturday, I said Sunday, but I'm going to plan for another Saturday right now. My Sunday's a little bit busy coming up here. So be on the lookout for Saturday evening. I might start a little bit later. I've been doing 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. I might move to 7 o'clock this time. But if you guys checking this out, Saturday for sure. I don't know about the rest of the week, but we'll have reaction videos. But let's see here. Hey, how'd you like the fight? Before I go, hey, it was light work for Devin. Light work for Devin, Eric. Jab, jab, jab. Let him reset, pop it, pull back here, give you different looks, throw the hook. It was easy. It was light work for Devin. He made it a boring fight, people said, but you know what, though? You know what a boring fight means? He was just the superior fighter. Kambosos came in overweight. He had to make the scale. He had to get on the scale, lose that extra pound. So he had to use the bathroom to get that pound off. But he was talking extra greasy. He called Devin a snake or a rat. He was doing all this stuff here. He let it get to his head that he was the underdog in the Teofimo fight, and now he's the champion. And here's one thing I'm saying while I'm closing out here for any boxing fans. Anytime you see a guy win a belt, he becomes a champion for the first time, and they give him that homecoming fight, that very next fight, put money on that guy to lose. Put money on that guy to lose. Just give you that here. You may not be a gambler, But if you find out a guy's a new champion and then his very next fight, he's defending it in his hometown, you know what's happening? He's getting some good home cooking. He's chilling. He's resting on his laurels and stuff like that. And then the guy coming in his hometown is coming in ready to whoop that ass. It happens all the time when someone gets a homecoming fight. I don't have the exact numbers, but the fights that I've watched, over 80+% of homecoming fights, the homecoming fighter's losing. He around his friends, he around his family, everybody elevating his head. You the champ now, you the champ. And you know what happened? George Kambosos went to Australia, the second biggest crowd in Australia history, 41,000 for a boxing fight. That all went to his head. He was talking all that mess, man. And you know what? He got his ass boxed for 12 rounds. And you know what, though? If they allow him to do that rematch, it's going to be the same for rounds 13 to 24. He getting his ass whooped with a jab the entire night. So no rematch. I hope they pay him a couple $100,000 for step aside money. And ESPN says we ain't paying for it, because here's how it's going to work here. Devin Haney's now tied to ESPN. The only way he can get this fight is to sign a multiple fight deal and to do all these provisions and take less money. So no, that means ESPN gonna have to pay for the rematch. ESPN is not paying for the rematch. They're gonna tell him, hey man, here's $250,000. Get a win or two and we'll think about it in a year. So, but if they do a rematch, you best believe it's not gonna sell. It's gonna be on ESPN Plus, and it's gonna smell like shit, like doo-doo. So shout out to Devin Haney, man. I'm glad you're a boxer fan, Eric, and bring that before I close out, man. Dude said he was gonna give the belts to his kid. Nope. Nah. So I really believe here, boxing politics aside, that Bob Arum's going to work his magic and work with Lou DiBella, because Lou DiBella is the promoter for George Kambosos. You know about Lou DiBella? He's a boxing lifer. He used to run HBO. Okay, and if you want to picture who Lou DiBella is, he was the one in the Rocky Balboa movie who came in and got that fight set between him and Antonio Tarver. Lou DiBella is a lifer. He's a big time guy in the boxing game here. You know, he's a promoter that works with everybody. He's not in the politics where he works with Arum and ESPN. He works with the PBC. He works with DAZN. So he's one of those guys that have been very neutral. I would assume that he's going to tell Kambosos that there's no money from ESPN. We're going to take this money and we're going to rebuild it back up. And maybe after a few fights here, there won't be an undisputed. There'll be some belts available and he can fight. He can be like a number one to fight for these belts here. I really see Lomachenko and Devin Haney at the end of the year. As long as Lomachenko is not fighting for his country in the Ukraine, because the reason why he didn't fight Kambosos because he went to fight for his country. So shout out to him for wanting to do that. A man's a millionaire, future Hall of Famer, said, hey, you know what though? F these awards. I'm going to my country. I'm fighting, man. My peoples need me. But I will say that I think that it's going to be not Kambosos. It's going to be Devin Haney and Lomachenko probably close to the end of the year, because it's June now. You know, and I think this is not going to be the only fight for Devin Haney. You know, he got like a multiple fight deal, and ESPN's going to want to run with this, having a true undisputed, even though they've been shitting on him, not trying to call him undisputed. He is the first undisputed in the 4-belt era at 135. Don't let anybody twist it. That franchise title's BS. It's not it's legitimate, but it's not legitimate as far as winning the championship. So shout out to Devin Haney, man. I'm glad that he did his thing. Bring it back to the States here. Shout to, hey, I know we got a lot of people around the world here, but shout out to my American fighters. People want to talk about American fighters, and Paul Malignaggi said that Eastern Europeans were running the show. Nope. If you look at all the major champions, Americans are running the show, guys. Shout out to our American fighters, man. I got to show my little love on that. So that's my little boxing rant, man. So yeah, he was willing to go to his town to fight. He knew he was going to win. Tough division. Hey, 135 is rocking, man. It's really tough. So let's close this out, guys. It's 11 o'clock my time. It means midnight. I still got to go to my regular job. This is not my regular job. I'm YouTubing here. I'm streaming for 3 hours here, and your boy still got to work. And I don't flip burgers. I don't make minimum wage. Your boy got a career. So I got to get these Z's. I got to do a lot of other stuff for the channel here, you know. Your boy's working. Your boy's grinding. So I appreciate you guys coming on tonight, man. You guys rocking with me. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and shut this thing down here. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. the bell notification, because when I drop the video, you pop it up, then and it's, y'all know for the live premiere. And I do my next live stream, you guys know it. That's why I got to click on that bell notification. I'm here every day. That's the thing. Review, subscribe. I am here every day. That's my challenge here. Since February 7th, I've been dropping content, whether it's been a news reaction video, we're live streaming, or I'm taking clips from a live stream and dropping, and you missed the full live stream. I've been here every day since February 7th, and I'm trying to keep this challenge alive. Every day, Sunday through Saturday. Don't know what time when the videos drop, but y'all know I'm here. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Let me see. What do you say here, Z? You work tomorrow? Lucky me. I work from home every day. Hey, I work from home too, but I got to go in the office though. Got to get some work done, guys. Got to go in the city. Hopefully I don't get gat clapped. You know, they shooting up. So I'll make sure that I keep it low key so I can get back to y'all here. But I'm out of here, guys. Let's go ahead here. Yeah, we're going to get to these 10Ks, Z. We're going to get there. So we're going to shut it down here. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. I long struck these last 15 minutes talking about boxing. But man, thanks for hopping on to my live stream here on Monday night. Appreciate you guys. Didn't think I'll go 3 hours, but we did it. I don't know what the next subject's going to be, but if something's popping off, we going to cam up and do it. But until next time, guys, I'm that dude named Dave. I'll see y'all later. Y'all be good, stay in the house, and y'all be safe.